Okay, so we are live playing some more Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. Our continuing campaign through maybe we'll cover the entire world of Hyperborea by the end, who knows. Currently, the group is, in fact, in the village of Calencia, on one of the southern edges of the main continent, on their way to the Diamond Desert. With the wizard Bool, who has hired them to essentially be his protection as they cross the desert. They've been on a boat, of course, on the boat. The sailors are there, doing most of the work, although you've had some calm waters where the groups had to do some rowing and such. But overall, it's aside from a very small incident with a giant squid that almost ate Uhtred, it's been a pretty calm journey. You guys arrived 2 days ago. Yesterday, you stayed overnight one night so far, in this small village, and Bool has asked you to do some investigation. There is a rumor of some kind of glass vessel, which you have learned is an Amphora, with the markings of Apollo on it, that apparently showed up here. He didn't give you a time frame, but you've learned maybe some 7 years ago. He thinks it may be related to the green diamonds that he's in search of, so he wants you guys to try to recover it if you can. And you have been doing some investigation. So it is now the evening of the 12th day of the second month of the eighth year in the village of Calencia, and we will go down and intro our characters, and you guys can tell me what your kind of plans are, or what you're doing, or what's currently happening with them. So we'll start with Crystal.
Kathan is waking up in the morning, I suppose. Having had
It's still evening. You haven't gone yet. I mean, unless you're going to sleep all night. It's that night. I just want to see if you guys want to do anything this night. So.
No, Kathan's getting ready to turn in. He's talked up this one girl, and he's ready to head to bed with her. And then get started on this mission.
Excellent. That is Kassan. How about Penesta?
Penesta tonight is just thinking about going back to talk to Leifer in the morning to ask him about a canoe for us to take up the coast, and a box, the metal box for the Amphora, although she's not too sure about that, considering she did tell Leifer she was going to try to smash it. So that's kind of her dilemma. She's thinking about that right now as she's getting ready to turn in.
Excellent. I'll skip you till the end, Rush, since you are newest here. Uhtred.
Uhtred has gone out this evening to practice with the fishermen. He is getting his war net hopefully tomorrow, and he wanted to practice with some of the local fishermen, see how they tossed a net properly, and that's what he did this evening.
Excellent. How about Brighild?
Brickhild is going back to the restaurant to have some more of the shrimp, and if any of those hunters come back, she'll talk and visit with them and see if they have anything else to say and buy them a drink. But that's pretty much what she's doing for the rest of the evening. That is Brighild the Imposing, the warlock.
Excellent. So back on the boat is our cleric, Oldhan. He's been spending time on the boat doing whatever he's doing. You can let me know what you've been doing on the boat there, Rush, with plans, I guess, to come over in the morning and join the rest of the party.
Oldhan, as he traveled away from Zambala, and they got on this boat, he was like, finally the fresh, salty sea air, fish, good food, and apparently ate a piece of bad fish, something. Doesn't know if it was from the fish or what it was, but appears to have caught a horrible case of the Cremarian flu, and spent several days below decks, very ill, throwing up. Some would notice that he had, quote, the vapors. trying to recover. Of course, the other fishermen, some of the others, the guys on board the boat, poked fun of him, saying that he was seasick, but he simply laughed at such a thing. Eventually, he started to feel pretty good, stayed heavily in prayer. Yunde blessed him with a couple of new gifts. And now that he's finally feeling somewhat like his old self, he's made his way off the boat to try and find his good friends and see what sort of trouble they may have gotten themselves into and what he can do to help.
Excellent. So that's Zoltan the cleric. So we'll say that just since nobody was doing anything especially out of the ordinary tonight, we'll say it's the morning and Zoltan is making his way over. A couple of the sailors. So the boat has about 15 sailors that work it. They've been taking shifts, using the lifeboat, if you will, to go back and forth, so they could spend some time in town and go back and spend time on the ship. So in the morning, new groups coming over to relieve some of those who have been up, probably drinking all night. As you all are waking up, you maybe have your breakfast of your grasshoppers and such. So we are in. Yeah.
Those who are going back to the boat, can we tell those who are going to come tell those who are going to come to bring our gear, because we're going to need it if we're going to go hunting for this guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure. You can
Because
tell
we
them
don't have any of our weapons or anything, so
right.
we'd give them a message to maybe give to Olton directly, bring our gear.
But just to clarify, we're not going by land, right? We're going to rent a canoe or whatever.
Right, but we'll still need our gear.
Right. So the group that's arriving in the morning has Oltan with them. And of course they're switching out. So there's other people going back to the boat. If you want them to go to the boat, get your gear and come back, certainly they'll do that. It'll probably take them, an hour or so to do that. You are at Babica's place. I guess probably maybe if you see Oltan first thing in the morning, he sits down. When you kind of come into Babica's place, Oltan, it's basically a small building that it's basically the hostel / eatery. It's not really a restaurant, but they serve, it's like a bed and breakfast, that's the word. So there's kind of these long tables in here. And of course you can sit and drink and stuff as well. When you come in the morning, you see the group gathered there, they're having their meal. And of course, Babica, who is, kind of an older lady, you can see her directing everybody, and she sends over one of the family members, a young boy, to seat you. And I guess if you say that I'm with them or whatever, they would bring you over to the group and bring you food, which, if you want it, fried grasshoppers, boiled eggs on raw eelgrass, shrimp paste, and tea. It is an excellent breakfast for 1 gold piece. But yeah, you certainly can tell the sailors, if you'd like, that they're getting up. They're eating with you, the group of sailors there, Kasan. And certainly if you want to ask them to grab your gear and bring it back, they would do that, sure.
Oltan will sit down with the group as they're eating breakfast, and I say, "Oh, well, I'm certainly feeling better." He glances to all of them and he says, "The days at sea have done all of you well. You all look more lively and vibrant." And he reaches over and he pats Uhtred on the shoulder and he says, "You're still just as ugly as you ever were, but I'd have you no other way." And he pats him again on the back and then sits down and commences to eat his breakfast. Rather ravenously, actually, because he probably hasn't eaten anything solid for a while and he's really hungry.
Excellent. Yeah, you definitely can. Like I said, it's good food. They got the fried grasshoppers and everything. It's relatively warm today, about 40 degrees. With partly clouded skies, it's a bit breezy. The sailors are thinking, "Oh, this would be a great day to travel," but they know that Davul had said they were going to stay here for a few days while you did some investigation. They don't know that much about it because they didn't need to know, and you didn't tell them. So they get up and they say, "We'll have your gear brought over. Do you want us to bring it here to Babica's?" Kassan?
Tell you what. Vanessa, you got to go see about that thing, right?
Yeah, they could bring it over to the canoe place, and I
Yeah,
really don't
yeah,
make weapons in this town, so
yeah. Bring it over. Bring it directly to Leafson's, I think it is.
Leafer.
Leafer. Yeah, bring it directly to Leafer.
Leave for the canoe man?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They say, yeah, sure, of course. We all know Leafer. He makes the finest canoes.
Yes, he does. And here, have this for your troubles, and Kassan will hand the man the gold piece.
Oh, all right. Yeah. He scoops it up, and he says, thank you. Hopefully I'll get to come back and if you stay a couple of days and be able to spend this on that whiskey. And he puts it in his pocket and heads back with the group. So, yeah. What's your plan until they come back? Or he's going to wait it out?
After breakfast, Brickie will excuse herself from the group and tell them that she'll meet them at the canoe place in an hour or so, and she's going to see the blacksmith for her, see if he has her dagger, and also to deliver that scroll to him.
All right. Okay. Let's move this file up. My notes here. Right. He was checking to see if he had a dagger. Make sure you check that because he was trying to collect enough silver. Okay. All right. You're going to do that. What about everybody else?
Uhtred will go collect his net.
Okay.
I need to go talk to Leafer.
About Old Pan and Kassan.
Kassan would like to go out and buy a just like a large tarp, basically, like a large like cloth. Yeah, basically a tarp. Canvas,
Old Tam would probably scarfing through his breakfast as quick as he could. Would probably just grab a giant hunk of bread, pay for his meal, and then either pal around with either Uhtred or Kassan to offer a hand. Since
Okay.
he's pretty clueless as to what's been going on and everything, so.
Sounds good.
Ultan, while you're here, you have to get the most expensive dish from the eatery. It's absolutely delicious. You won't think it, but you have to try it.
Look at Kassan with a hairy eyeball. So I wouldn't have thought that breakfast was very good either. Now you're saying I won't think it for the dinner. What does this speak of?
I'm going to leave it as a surprise. But we're going to go to the restaurant tonight after we're done, and you ask them for the most expensive dish they have. Just trust me.
How expensive is it expensive?
Oh, it's only like a few gold pieces.
We'll see what the day brings, and then we'll see what happens. I'm up for a challenge after laying low in the belly of that boat for so many days.
Excellent. Okay, so we will. I'll start with just because you are first for me. Well, I mean, because I need to role play that. You can just go to the store and get an oilcloth. That's not, unless you're trying something.
No. I'm
You
just
just wanna
getting
buy
a
it,
big tarp. That's all I want.
Yeah, there's like a probably the lady that sells the actually where they sell the nets and stuff. They probably have it. So you're probably going to the same place that. No, actually, hold on. That would be the trading post. So yeah, you would go to the trading post, which is 11 on the map. So let me bang the map up for you guys. All right, so you're going to head over to the trading post, which is, as I say, 11, which is more or less right across the street. All right, so you walk over. I mean, they've got general stuff. And like a large oil skin is going to be, it's not cheap. It's going to be 5 gold pieces. It's not something that they carry a lot of here, so they have to import it, and then they paint it with the whale oil to keep it, keep it dry. But it's not like a common item here, so it's
Okay.
This
Sounds
is
fair.
This is like a town that sits on a giant dock.
Yeah, basically. So the town itself is on stilts that are about 40 feet tall,
Yeah.
and the water level rises either up almost to the top, where you see that main area where the numbers are, or it drops down to only about 10 or so feet deep. And the small docks that you see around in the little bridges and stuff drop up and down, and there's rope ladders that connect everything.
Floating to, oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now, actually, that's a good question. Right now, it was kind of like low tide-ish. So you actually probably, when you got here, you had to climb up to get to it. But like by tonight, the docks will be level almost. Excuse me. So you're heading across there. That's pretty easy. Uhtred, you're going to head over to, I believe, 12, which is the net maker, the rope people.
Correct.
And yeah, they have your net and they're ready for you in the morning. The owner there comes out and sees you. He says, good morning. I see you must have been anxious. You're here first thing.
Yes.
He is Steen Gooch, as you probably remember. And he says, my workmen have outdone themselves, I believe. Come, look. And he's got it basically kind of hanging there, kind of stretched out so you can see the workmanship of it and the lead weights that are tied around the outside. But the weaving itself of the net is very, very good. I mean, I don't know how much you know about nets, but
This is an amazing net. The craftsmanship is fantastic. I thank you, sir.
cool. Yeah, he takes his payment, and yeah, that was easy enough. If that's all you needed.
I would give him an additional, say, 5 gold on top of it for the quality of the craftsmanship.
Oh, you were quite kind, sir. Thank you so much. May it serve you well.
Thank you again.
He kind of has it folded up for you and hands it to you. That probably in a bag or something. I'm guessing like a sack. I don't know how you would carry a net. I'm guessing in a sack.
I was thinking more kind of in a backpack or something I might carry on my back.
Yeah, okay. I mean, he'll probably just wrap a rope around it, I guess, just to hold it together, so you're not walking with this net that's all wild. You can store it wherever you want. Okay, that's cool. Going down the list of all the fun stuff where he's doing. Those are the easy stuff. Okay, so at the blacksmith, you arrive at the blacksmith, and as before, you can see them in there, them working, not working, but kind of, they're doing like polishing and stuff like that there, because as they discussed with you before, they do the forging out in the mainland. Guild, and you see the man there who is the blacksmith, Ulder, short, red-faced, barrel-chested man. So he sees you coming, and he says, fine warrior. Unfortunately, I have bad news for you. We were not able to, even with the coins you gave, I do not think that we would be able to silver a dagger of any quality.
She looks at him disappointed, and then she goes, well, I understand you. I understand that. Thank you for being truthful about it. You may keep those coins, though. You may need them for something else as a gift. And speaking of gifts, a wise woman here in this village that I met yesterday wanted me to deliver this to you. And she pulls out the wrapped up scroll and hands it to him.
Oh, he sees it, and it's got that seal on it, and he immediately recognizes it, and he says, "Oh." And he calls to his nephew who's there. Vindex says, "Vindex, go get the." And he kind of sends him out of the room, and he looks at you and he says, "You'll be needing these then." And he kind of goes under his kind of table that he has there, and he pulls up a small oilskin with the bundle in it. He kind of opens it up and unties it in front of you, and sitting inside are 6 arrows with silver tips. And then he rolls them back up and pushes them towards you. He says, may the gods be with you."
Brickield looks very startled, and she wraps them back up, and she says, well, thank you. If we return here again, I will pay a visit to you. Maybe you will have more silver by next time.
Let us hope so, and let us hope that you won't need it. And then he kind of, he just kind of looks at you grimly.
And out of character, do any of our players have a bow?
I think
Gaston does.
Does
Vanessa
he?
does.
Okay.
Yeah, Uta
Vanessa does too?
Yeah, I think they're the only ones.
Gaston has silver arrows, so
Yeah, Uhtred has a short bow, and he also has a few silver arrows as well.
Cool. So he gives you, I should say, 6 arrows, 6 silver arrows. Yeah. Cutting over to Nesta, who is heading down to the canoe man, number 16. Leafer makes the finest canoes. Of course, everybody, everybody's kind of working. The day has started. So when you get there, you see him in there with several of his workers, as before. They're kind of doing finishing touches on the canoes, that are there, kind of any final carvings on them, adding, reinforcements and things like that, putting the benches and stuff like that they do in the shop.
Right.
And when you come, he kind of looks up at you and he says, welcome. I didn't think to see you so soon. Sit. And he brings you over to that corner like he did before. It's like a little table over there.
All right. I say, well, I talked to my friends about the task that I've told you that I would do, and I still plan on doing it. But we're wondering if it wouldn't be better to go up the coast to get to the temple of Apollo. And so we are wondering if we could have the loan of one of your canoes. We hear they're the finest.
You would probably cut maybe an hour's journey from the trip to go up the coast. Unfortunately, you cannot. While the ancient Fane is obvious from the shore, or from the water, I should say, there is no shore there. It is about a 200-foot cliff leading up. But if you wanted to take the canoe down the shore, maybe an hour, and dock and walk through the forest that way to not be seen, going deeper inland, I would be more than willing to let you take a canoe. No offense, I would ask that you leave some kind of object in my possession so that should something happen, I would be able to replenish the loss of a canoe, because they are quite expensive and hard. It takes a long time to make one.
Of course, some sort of collateral. That makes sense. That seems fair.
Yeah, and he tells you, he can tell you, because basically he goes up the coast, as you kind of found out last time. He can tell you where to go if you want to bring the canoe down and then park it, but then he says he basically walks the rest of the way, because you can't really get, unless you want to scale a 200-foot cliff, which of course is also possible, but maybe not the easiest thing to do. He does not do that, he says.
I don't think I want to do that today either. So, yes, a canoe, and I'll leave him. How much gold do I have left? Can I give him like 75 gold? Would that be enough?
I mean, the canoes start at 400 gold.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that would be for a small one. But he's actually gonna loan you the big one, the 24-footer, because that's his canoe. But he would want something equivalent to about 400 gold, just to. I mean, he doesn't know Madam, so.
We have to let me think for a second about that.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, he's not like, give me money. He just, he does tell you, if you ask him how much, what collateral you want put down on a canoe, he says, I would accept 400 gold pieces, as that would be the minimum amount that it would be to make a new canoe.
Okay. I'm also going to say, the deal was I would shatter this thing, but if for some reason it's magic and does not break, is the metal box that it came in, is that somewhere to be found so I could bring it back and we could figure out a way to break it? So that does not infect our group, because you say it had a very bad effect on Loden.
Well, I must believe that it had an effect upon him, because I would not believe that my brother would murder his own flesh, my own flesh. Yes, we did find it in a very heavy metal box. I believe that his widow now carries it. Frankie's widow, Mara.
Mara?
Yeah. She is engaged to marry the butcher currently, but I do not know what she did with it. But last I know, she had the box.
All
I do
right.
not know what it does or if it will protect you, but it did in fact come in a box.
Well, we're just trying to be as safe as we can with this thing.
That is a good
So-
idea.
So, may I inquire of you where I could find Mara?
Oh, let's see. Probably at the butcher shop. Let's see where that is. The butcher shop is. The butcher shop is basically diagonally across. Well, it's actually directly across from the rope makers. Basically, where Utrid got his net made. So you would know
Okay.
that it's kind of right on that side. Without me bringing the map up again. Yeah, and also, well, I guess you're right, stuff you don't know. But if you were with Brigfield, she would know, because probably the hunters might have told you, because. Yeah. So,
Excuse me.
but he tells you, he's like, it's across from the. I mean, it's a small village. It's basically
Right.
directly across from and you can't miss the rope place, because it's the biggest building in town.
Okay.
So he says, yeah, I would imagine that she would have it still, unless she cast it away. As much as I have love for her in my heart, I can't bring myself to speak with her because of the terrible memories. Though I know obviously it's not her fault, so I don't see her very often anymore.
Oh, of course, I understand. And it's not 100% necessary. I just, it's just a better safe than sorry kind of a thing. And I appreciate the loan of the canoe. I will have to talk to my friends and see what we can get together for the collateral on the canoe.
Understood. Either way, he already kind of told you where the place was, so
Right.
he says, he says, well, actually, when he originally told you, he probably told you how to get there by land. So he says, however you do it, I will pray for you and hope that you have success.
I will try to bring your brother back to you in one piece, and hopefully his mind will be healed, and then she'll leave.
Okay. He thanks you and gets up and goes back to his work. So, by the time all that's kind of happening, you can maybe reform in the middle of town if you want to kind of meet up.
Okay.
Put you by how do you what's the place where you sleep? Bagadias. Babacus. I know it's
Abacus.
Babacus. Yeah, by Babacus. Maybe you guys go back and meet by Babacus. And you can see that Kassan has come out with his brand new oil skin. We'll say that's like a 6-foot square. Seems about the right size for a tarp. A few buildings down, you probably see Brickhill coming out with a small package, unless you put it away. And of course, Uhtred is coming back from the other side of town with the net, and you guys can kind of meet up there. So what are you doing?
Well, I would tell the group about what it's going to cost to rent the canoe. And say, I spent a lot of money in Chromarium. So we'll have to figure something out. Or we can go inland. he says we can't get to the temple directly from the sea. We'll have to park it and walk still through the forest. Also, if we want the box, the last time he knew where it was with Fricus. What was his name? Fracky.
Fracky's right. Fracky's ex, or a widow, I should say.
Yeah,
Her name
Fracky's
is
widow.
Mar.
So I'm willing to go talk to her, but we need to decide if we're gonna want to do the canoe or not.
Well, I have a little over 100 gold pieces I could chip in.
Yes, I have money left also. I can put forth my share of the 100.
How much time are we saving by taking this canoe?
But he said he would save about an hour.
Is it really worth it?
Well, remember that the guards here don't want us to be armed, so if we can avoid drawing their gaze by going around, then it'll be worth it.
You know, I think the worst thing though was not the guards per se. It's more the ape men that will be there that could meet more of them on the trip going by land.
That's right. The ape men that eat flesh and bananas.
Sounds like fun.
Unless you're a banana, my friend. I have some gold I can contribute to the canoe. I do not wish to fight man-eating ape men.
And I also have there's a lot of black onyx in this snake bracelet or armlet I had made. I could leave that with him too, I suppose.
I don't have much gold left, but I do have my amazing alligator tooth that I got in Azambala.
Oh, I don't know if he'd want that, but it is amazing.
Why not? Look at it. It's amazing. It's huge.
The man only wishes for 100 gold, correct?
400.
I'm sorry, how much?
400?
Okay, well then forget what I was about to say.
Well, it would seem though, if myself and Kassan and Altan are putting up 100 each, that's 300, and
I don't
you have 100, Panesta?
I have 75 left. I bought a few things.
and I have only 88. I was.
I can cover that extra 25 for you, Panesta.
Thank you, Kassan.
I guess if you don't think he'd be interested in an alligator tooth.
I mean, we can ask him. He's a pretty somber guy, though. I don't know. I kind of just want to, I want to treat him seriously, I guess. And not to say you're not serious, Uhtred, but I just think money or jewelry or something would probably make him be more likely to rent us the big canoe.
Fine. Tucks away the alligator tooth back in his pocket.
Don't worry, Uhtred. I still think you're impressive, Kassan assures him.
Uhtred will hand over the entire 88 that he's got to try and cover his ear.
I don't think you can just decide that for Uhtred.
He meant Daltan.
He is still suffering from the sickness.
Yeah, true.
Very, very, very possibly. I haven't eaten enough yet.
Or you've eaten the wrong things. You got shrimp.
Eating the wrong things is what got me here in the first place. So, anyway, there's a box we must get, yes?
A box that we may want to get. I asked the group, do you want me to go ask about the box still?
Before you do that, I have something that may come in handy for 3 of you that I do not use this type of weapon. And Brickia will lay out the arrows, and you 3 divide these up. I will not be able to use them.
Well, I have a full satchel already. So, how about it, guys? If you guys don't mind handing me the gold, I'll go secure our canoe. And Uhtred, would you mind coming with me? Because I have an idea for our canoe that I may need your assistance with.
Sure thing.
Uhtred, do you want to divide the arrows up 3 and 3? I have 2 silver arrows that I got in Zambala.
I have a few as well. So go ahead and keep them.
Gonna give me all 6? I'll take. I'm not gonna say no.
I'm more of a melee fighter anyway.
That is true. And I guess I will go to Mara.
All right. So you go to the butcher shop. And Kassan, you're heading to the back to the canoe place.
Yeah, and I assume everyone gave me their gold.
And there's enough?
It should be right.
I don't know.
All right, let me make sure. I'm putting in 125. Brickhild said she's going to give 100. Nesta's giving 75, right?
Yes.
Uhtred is giving how much?
Alligator tooth.
Uhtred's giving a gator tooth, and Ultan is giving
88, I think you said.
88.
Yeah.
All right. So we have 388 and a gator's tooth.
I'm telling you, he'll love the alligator's tooth.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you come to the butcher.
Sorry, Dan.
Crotus.
I was muted. I meant to trying to tell everybody. I also have a silver dagger too. If you think that'll help cover the rest.
No. Keep the silver
You want to
dagger.
hang on to
We
that?
may
Yeah,
need
keep
it.
that.
Oh,
Keep it.
obviously you guys know something I don't. He stuffs his dagger back in his sheath.
Yes, you come into the butcher shop. I mean, it's a butcher shop. You can basically see large tables spread out. You can see various animals, deer primarily, and boar hanging in various states of being butchered and dried. As you come in, the man turns. He's a big he's an older guy, but he's very muscular, a little short. You can see that he's got, behind you on working the tables, there's some, as noted from last session, most of the businesses and stuff here are all just like families essentially. So you see some like younger people, like teens or whatever, they be doing some of the small butchering in the back. He's up front, this big guy. He's gonna make it, cleaver, and he's chopping up the bones. And when he sees you, he stops and he kind of wipes his hands on his bloody apron. And he says, I haven't seen you in town. Are you looking for some provisions? I am Crotus. And he kind of does like a little... Yep. You do see an older, slightly older woman too in the back with the children that are she's doing butchering as well.
I'm actually looking for, well, first of all, pleased to meet you, Crotus. But I'm also actually looking for Mara.
Ah, sure. Mara, one of your friends is here. And she kind of looks up. She's looking around like she should know somebody. And then, of course, she's the only one standing there. And she says, do I know you? And she starts to walk forward, kind of wiping her. She wipes her hands on like a cloth and drops it and then walks up.
Well, you might. I'm new to town, but I wanted to ask you a question if it's not too much trouble.
No trouble, no trouble. We love visitors. Do you need supplies for your boat? We have the finest jerky.
I think the sailors on our boat are taking care of all of our provisions. I'm almost certain they probably came here to get some stuff. I know they were refilling water. They were probably refilling food as well.
Excellent.
So, can I talk to you like in the corner privately?
Sure. She like looks at you. She you notice that she kind of eyeballs you. Are you armed?
No, I'm not. No, I have the whip on my hip. That's about it.
I'm not armed. I have a whip.
Yes.
All right,
For
so she sees
horses.
it. Yeah, no, she looks at it and she then she shrugs and kind of she walks away from the man Crotus kind of off to the side with you.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, I am a collector of stories, and I've been talking to people around town. I'm a bard. I collect stories, people's stories and folklore. I talked to Fredrickson, and I've talked to Leifer, and I heard what happened. And I can't express enough to you just how terrible I feel about that. That was terrible what happened to you.
Yes, it was. You can tell
And
that she's like already knows where this is going. Well, she thinks she knows where it's going anyways.
right.
Yeah. And she
I
says,
just,
this was a long time ago, and I'm trying to move on.
yes,
I'm engaged.
yes, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're able to find some peace with Crotus. He seems very nice and meaty, I suppose. Yeah. She says, "I'm looking. I just want to know what you did with the box." Don't laugh. You make me laugh.
He's meaty.
Butcher.
That's a hell of a compliment. Oh, sorry. The box. The box.
The metal box with the terrible thing in it. I'm wondering if you still had it.
Oh, the box. No. I gave that to shit, hold on. Older.
Gave the box to Uldar.
Yes, the smith. Do you know him?
Some of my friends have talked to him, yes.
Yes, that was years ago, though. I don't know if he would still have it. I figured he'd melt it down.
Well, that's probably what he did with it. But collector of stories, I would like to actually see some of the artifacts if you still had it. But I won't press on old wounds. And really, honestly, congratulations on Crotus.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And, I'm not gonna make her talk about it anymore. I'll leave.
Yeah. All right. You leave. She just kind of goes back to what she was doing, as far as you can tell. The Cortus kind of nods at you as you leave and waves. It's his bloody hand.
Bloody and meaty.
And we got back to the canoe shop. Were you there the last time in the canoe shop with Panesta? You were, right, Kassin? You've met the canoe guy once, right?
I think
Yeah,
Kassan
yes, I have, yeah.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, that's what I thought so. Okay.
Before we get to the canoe shop,
Okay.
Uhtred, Kassan's gonna turn to Uhtred and say, "Hey, can you stay guard right here real quick? Make sure no one's following us. I'll signal for you when it's safe to come in."
Sure, no problem.
And then Uhtred is going to walk inside and he's going to take that gator tooth out of the bag and put it in his pocket and put 12 more gold in the bag.
Wait, what?
Not Uhtred. Kassan. Everybody keeps saying Uhtred where they mean their guy.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wants
Kassan.
Uhtred.
Yeah, so Uhtred stays outside to watch real quick. Kassan goes inside and out of the bag he takes the gator tooth and pockets it. And then he's going to put 12 more gold in the bag. And that leaves me with 1 gold piece. And then he'll tie the sack up or whatever and walk over to Leifer's desk, who I assume he's sitting at or whatever. And
He's working. When he sees you, he recognizes you and he waves a hand and he kind of walks up to you. And he says, I see your group quite a bit in the last 2 days.
Indeed. Perhaps this will all be said and done soon enough, and our bard will have collected her stories, and we shall move on to new destinations. But for now, this is the agreed upon amount.
Oh, excellent. He kind of motions you over to his kind of his work area. And if you put it down or whatever, or he takes it from you and just puts it down, he doesn't count or anything. And he says, you will need to head southwest along the shore. You'll basically see after about 20 minutes or so, depending on the tides, you'll see that the shore becomes much more rocky, and shortly after that, virtually unclimbable cliffs. So you probably want to pull it up into the rocky area. Please be sure to secure it well, because the ape men have been known to be in that area. And I wish you good luck, and I thank you in advance for helping my brother.
We will do everything.
Gives you the keys.
We will do everything that we can. And then Kassan will like stick his head out the door, and he acts a little paranoid, and then he gives a whistle to Uhtred.
Uhtred wakes up. He was napping against the wall. He wanders in.
Yeah. So you see this place. It's kind of a large open space. There's several people working on the kind of the finishing touches of canoes. He pointed out the one that would be for you to take. It's his canoe basically. It's a long one. It's 24-foot canoe. It will take at least 2 people to paddle it, and you guys aren't, unless somebody has a reason that they'd be skilled at paddling canoe. Because this is a big canoe. But 2 of you can handle it well enough. You're not going to go off into the ocean with it or anything. He points it to you and he says, there it is. When he said that, but he's back at work now. He already kind of pointed where it was. So
Yeah, that's fun. Does our team like bring the supplies to us, or bring our equipment over?
Right. Yeah. I mean, we'll say by the time you did all that, it's been a few hours. So you're hanging out there. You actually see the lifeboat start to come in that direction. They look hesitant because they're not exactly, even though they were told to bring the stuff to some strange area, they're kind of like bringing your gear. But when they see you there in the place, they paddle over. With your bags.
So last thing real quick. What Kassan wants to do is take that large tarp and like set it down, and he's going to put the crew's gear like in the tarp and like wrap the tarp over it. And then he's going to ask Uhtred to put his net over the tarp, and then he's going to use like the rest of the tarp to kind of wrap the net around. That way, if the guards stop him, he can be like, "Oh yeah, we're going fishing," and show them the net.
Okay. Are you putting it in the boat though?
In the canoe, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, sure. You can definitely hide the stuff in the canoe.
Hey, Daniel.
Yep.
So Barbarian says, I have the wilderness survival, which is hunting, trapping, fishing, boating, shelter building, fire building, blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Yeah, so you can probably do it by yourself, but everybody else will require 2 people.
It says tasks are performed without the need of a check. They're simply the barbarian's province.
Yeah. So I mean, Uhtred can do it by himself, but anybody else would need 2 people. So like if it was like, unless somewhere in your description says that you should be able to use a boat like that, a canoe. If you have a background of a sailor or something like that. But so that means that if everybody dies except for Uhtred, you're fine. But otherwise, you're walking back unless 2 of you survive. Yeah. No, that's be that.
Yeah. I have the background of a musician. Could I like use my panpipes to like make a motorboat? And
you could try. I mean, there's 5 of you. I don't think it's really a problem. I just was pointing out that it would take multiple.
Yeah, I'm just making a dumb joke. Sorry.
Yeah, because it's a big canoe. So it's a beautiful canoe. It is really, really nice. It's painted. It's with beautiful intricate designs. You can see that it's well worn, but then like re-varnished and repainted. It was designed from a large cedar tree, a single large trunk that was burnt out and scooped. The technique, maybe Uhtred would recognize it. It's a really nice boat, 24-foot long, with 4 sets of oars, or 4 paddles, basically, not sets, so 4 individual paddles.
Nice.
But yeah, so you have it. I don't know if you. So that's where is everybody else coming back to this place? You didn't really say, but we can just say that you guys.
Well, Finista would talk to Brighild about asking the smith about the box, because,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, come with me. We will go visit him. He seems to be a very reasonable man.
Okay, I mean, you think it's a good idea, right, Brighild? I mean, unless you don't think the box, but just in case we need it.
Yes, I think it's an excellent idea, and I'm sure if he has it, he will either let us have it or, I did leave him silver for an item he was going to make, but he was unable to produce it. But I donated the silver to his shop anyway, so maybe he would be glad to give it to us if he still has it.
Okay. Yep, you've talked to him, so I'll let you do the talking.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you head back to the blacksmith. Was Oltan at this point also with you? I guess. Otherwise, he's wandering around aimlessly. Or unless he has aim, I don't know.
Old Town was actually I think I said it was going to hang out, basically following Kassan or Ultrid, and they ended up together. So I would say I would be with them.
Okay, sure. We'll just say that you waited in the alley with the drink and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's good.
Guard looking
Cool.
like-
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I was standing guard, looking like trying to look awesome.
Nice. Yeah. So you missed this from the last time. I mean, not that weapons aren't like banned, but you were told not to draw attention to yourself. So everybody's basically minimally armed or not armed at all and not wearing armor or anything. So that's what they went back for, was the gear, which I guess is currently now wrapped up in the canoe and weighted down, which is always good if the canoe tips over. So, so back at the blacksmith, the man sees you again. Come in, Brighild, and he says, back so soon. Do you need anything else?
There is something we need. This is my traveling companion, Finesta, and she can tell you the story better than I can, but there's an item that I think was given to you many years ago, and if it is still in your possession, we have need of it for a very thing that we have to do to help someone. And then she'll let Vanessa tell the story real quick.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you explain to him what it is, like the box that the thing came in, he says, "Oh, yes. It was a very strange box. I didn't find much use for it. Let me see. And he kind of goes towards the back and he starts kind of digging through some things. And he pulls out a box. It is about, it's about maybe, like 2 feet-ish by maybe a little bit less than 2 feet and maybe about 8 inches. You can tell, even though this is a big muscular guy, and the box is not that big, when he picks it up, it's almost a strain, and he kind of carries it over and he puts it down. And you actually hear the weight of it as he puts it on the table, set down. And he says it's a very interesting metal, not seen before. And he shows you there's like a latch on the side, and he flips it up and he pulls it. It almost requires a little bit of strength to pull it apart. You almost hear like as it pulls apart, and inside is actually just like a padded compartment. It looks like made of silk, yeah, it's in perfect condition. Like it didn't age at all. And he says, "I'll be happy to be gone for it to be gone. To be honest with you, bad memories here. We need to move on." And he kind of closes it and pushes it towards you.
I look at Brighild and say, "Are we going to be able to get this on the boat and not sink the boat?"
I mean, it's not that heavy, but it's definitely heavy.
Okay.
It probably weighs like 10 pounds. You would think a box that was made out of like steel that was that big might weigh like 4 or 5 pounds. Like this weighs a good 10 pounds.
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much. It will be put to use to hopefully arrest all the memories that haunt some people.
Yes, let's hope so. And he has that kind of grim expression again, like he did when he gave you the arrows. And then he kind of turns to go back to what he was doing. If you show a sign
Yep.
you're leaving.
Brighild will try to pick it up and take it.
Yeah, like I said, it weighs about 10 pounds. It's heavy, but it's not like if it's not impossible to carry. It's just heavier than you would think it would be.
Thank you, Brighild, for your help.
Well, thankfully, one of us had prior dealings with this man.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm guessing everybody's now going to circle back and go to the canoe maker, the canoe man.
Yep.
as he's called. Yeah, he sees you. I mean, you probably don't have to go through his shop. You can just go alongside and get in the canoe if you don't want to interact with him. But if you walk through, he kind of gives you like a noticeable wave, but he doesn't go up to you unless you call him over. He's directing some of his apprentices and fabricating some more canoes.
Yeah, I'll just wave back at him and I'll go to the canoe. Yeah, I don't see any reason to talk to him right now. We're
Okay.
ready.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. So if you guys load up into the canoe, I'm assuming that Kassan or the others will tell you that the gear, all the extra weapons and stuff are on the boat already.
Yeah, Kassan will let everyone know if anyone stops us and asks, we're just out to fish.
Fishing. Got it.
Okay. Yeah. So you can come out. You basically come out of if you remember the places, I'll show you. Oh, actually, I'll do it this way because we haven't got to show the awesome map of Hyperborea yet to this session. So such a nice map. All right, so you guys are in Clencia, of course. You're going to head out. Basically, you're going southwest. So southwest is actually inland, essentially towards the mountains. You're going to, and again, you can see it gets kind of mountainous there. You're going to get, like just like you described. I mean, you definitely travel quickly. You think, based on the going through a forest or whatever, and not a paved road, that the 20 minutes or so that it takes you to paddle down it's probably saved you a good hour, anyways, if not a little bit more. Overall from the trip as you kind of make your way down, and it's uneventful. I mean, you see other fishermen out there, but actually somebody went fishing. Who was it? Vanessa? Who went fishing with somebody?
I did with
Yeah,
Frederick.
so they waved to you. They Frederickson. So they see you, and they probably stare a little bit because they can tell that you're in the boat of Leifer, because it's a pretty well recognized boat, and they probably stare at it for a second, then they look back to make sure like Leifer's place isn't on fire. But luckily you have Vanessa with you, who already made friends with them, so they don't question anything, and you kind of are able to move down the coast. And again, as noted, it starts to get the way that he said. Now you are more than welcome to see if you can try to get in another way. You think that based on where you're going, if you were to go down the coast, it'd probably take you about 4 hours in the boat, 3 or 4 hours. If you get there and you can't go up, you'll have to come back, of course, and then go to the woods. It kind of comes down to if you want to try it or not, or if you want to go on his word that it's not passable.
Well, I don't think he was lying. He seems to want us to bring his brother back. I think if he says it's a big cliff, it probably is. What does everybody else think?
He said to go like in the shore or in the shore just a little bit, and we had to walk about 200 yards. He said.
Vanessa, whatever wavy man told you is what we should do. He knows this outlay of land better than anyone.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
I do want to. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, unlike last time where we almost died, I'm more inclined to agree with my tall Nord friend here and follow her advice this time.
She's not a Nord, right?
Well, I just kind of made the assumption, because of the name, but that just means that Ultan is more of an idiot than we thought. The player, probably. Ultan, no.
Panista would just like to make sure. I'm going to tell Ultan. I did tell Leifer, the canoe maker guy, that we would try to not kill his brother. supposedly his brother's been driven mad by this green glass amphora. And that's why he killed their other brother and ran off into the woods with this thing. If we can get away from him and incapacitate him in some way, that's preferable. Just so you know.
Brickhild, we're gonna have to get you like a sign or like a name tag or something that says "I am not a Viking."
Hi, I'm Brickhild. I'm Chimeri Kilt.
Yes, you had that issue last time too. Somebody said you were a Viking. Well, you
Yeah, I
did say
did.
you want to be a Viking, so I guess you're presenting well, which is good, right?
Yep, I'm doing my disguise well.
Name throws me off.
Okay. So, okay, so I'm taking it that you follow his instructions. So you come down the coast, again, like I said, you see that area. It's kind of like you can notice that the beach is getting more and more rocky, and there's definitely areas where you could pull the canoe up, even though it's very large, and kind of get it away from view, from common view. If you would like to do as he asked you, you can certainly do that, no problem. With 4, 5 of you, you can lift the thing up and move it onto the shore. And you start making your way through the through kind of a light forest, and then it starts to kind of get a bit heavier. It's definitely not well traveled by man after you travel for about an hour or so. Like at first you're traveling and you actually probably even see people working. You were already told that they do have kind of offshore, I should say onshore, areas where they grow like the hemp and stuff. So you probably maybe even see people working or going by with carts or whatever. But after a bit, you can see where you kind of reach the outskirts of maybe only really the hunters go. And you're following maybe some game trails or whatever, or an ancient path that maybe at one point led to this Fane of Apollo. Although I think you were told this, but if not, I'm just gonna say you were told. It's quite old. This is like pre Green Death kind of thing. So, yeah, as you're heading, go ahead and let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Nikki, roll a d6.
Okay.
Oh, actually, hold on. Yeah, no, it's fine. Roll a d6.
Okay.
Before we've had time to get our armor and stuff on, right?
Oh, I thought you left everything on the boat. No, yeah, of course. I assume you have.
6.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You hear kind of, it sounds like it's approaching, and it's fairly loud. A buzzing sound. It sounds, I mean, you've probably heard bees before. It sounds like a lot of bees. Or conversely, few very, very large bees. And as you look up, because you're not surprised, you see, not that far away, about 40-ish yards away, you see 4 huge, like the size of a large dog, bees that seem to be flying directly towards you.
Not the bees.
Yeah, and you can all, I mean, you all hear the buzzing. I mean, nobody was surprised. So let's see this. So yeah, you see them. They're maybe 40 yards away. They are moving towards you in your direction. You're kind of walking in an openish area, and you can see them kind of flying towards you. What does everybody want to do?
An open area, so there's no place to like.
I mean, you could. Yeah, it's not a tight packed tree area because they probably wouldn't really be able to fly. You wouldn't see them flying there. They're going to fly in the open. So you're in like a bit of an opening.
Okay.
Kassan shall shoot an arrow at one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Uhtred would prepare the net.
Oh, nice. All right, fine. You can shoot the arrow because I don't think they can get to you. Anyways, before, so I'm not going to bother having your roll initiative. Let me just check their speed. Be giant. Oh no, they've actually fly 50, so they can actually. It's actually willing to roll initiative. Go ahead and roll, Crystal, since you made the announcement you were going to attack.
Okay, sorry. D6, right? 2.
Okay. Yeah, you can get an arrow off before they get to you for sure. They actually won initiative, but they got to move. So, go ahead, make a shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Kasan pulls from his shoulder a regular arrow and takes a shot. Nat 20. Hell yeah, that's a hell of a way to start off.
That's a good way to start for sure. Okay, roll a d6 for the
4.
Okay, so as a thief, you get double damage. Nice. Okay, so you can
All
either
right.
double the die. Actually, you know what? I'm changing that. I was giving you guys a choice, but I like just double damage. So roll one die and double it, and then add your modifiers.
Okay. So roll. That'll be. Hold on. I don't think I have any modifiers, but let me just make sure. On damage, I don't have. No, I do not have any damage modifiers. 10 damage to one bee or wasp or whichever it is.
Yeah, that's a hell of a good shot. Yes, you see these bees coming kind of in your direction. You draw back your bow and you shoot it, and it goes right through the thing. And at first you're probably like in the split second you're thinking you think you might have missed it because the arrow doesn't even slow down, but it actually just penetrated it so well that it actually just went straight through it, and then the bee it still has momentum, so it moves forward a bit more and then poof, lands on the ground. I mean, they're flying fast at you guys. Anybody else in a missile weapon? Or
Yeah, I'll
who's gonna
shoot.
Yeah.
I would shoot a bow at him, probably.
Yep. Do for it.
Okay. Let me see. Plus, I had to update my combat things. Okay. Oh no, armor class 6.
That hits.
Okay. The bow. 5 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you also shoot an arrow pretty deftly into your bee, and it drops. Does anybody else have a missile weapon out that they want to use? Nope. Go ahead. Don't. I know we're just pulling the net out, but they're going to get to go first because they actually won initiative, so they're going to get to go. All right. Let's see. Let me just do something here. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, you pissed them off. All right, they're coming at you. Let's see. First B. He flies at. Get out my D5. I guess I should just do 10. That would make sense, right? Person number 3, which is 1, 2, 3. Ooh, Pinesta. Well, I mean, you did shoot one of them.
Right.
The 16. They are here. So 16. It's AC 4.
Yep.
That hit you. Oof. Okay. Yeah. Beast digs its stinger directly into you. It's like, you killed my uncle. And you will take 83 damage. Ooh, 3 points of damage. It's a pretty serious thing.
Okay.
You must now make a death/poison save.
Alrighty. Ooh, nice. 18 over 15.
Okay. You take no more damage, but now roll a d6 because you have a 2 in 6 chance of death.
Okay.
So don't roll a 1 or a 2.
5.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, that actually works because you didn't take the...
Go away, bee.
Well, actually, you know what? It doesn't even matter because I suppose that falls into the same save anyways. Save or suffer plus. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's only if you fail the save. Okay, so irrelevant because you passed the save and you didn't roll the 5. Okay, so, but the bee digs into you, and when it pulls out, its stinger falls off, and, it starts kind of flapping around madly. The second one is going after person number 4, who is Uhtred, but it only rolls 7, which doesn't hit you. So you easily, you're going for your net, and this bee just kind of comes at you, and you just either step out of the way or swat it or whatever, and it moves. And now we're going to come into round 2 of combat. It's this single bee is like, and let's let's get some basic actions before we go into combat. Kassan, what's your plan?
I'm gonna fire 2 arrows this time.
Use an arrow. Okay, missile. Break yield.
Since one of them's on top of Pinesta, she's going to try to spear that one.
Okay.
So melee.
Nesta.
It's right on top of me.
What stabbed you? Yeah, I mean it's
Okay, melee.
okay. So you're gonna drop your
Yeah,
your
I'll drop the bow.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you'll probably have to go, even if you win initiative, you'll end up going second phase.
Okay.
Uhtred?
I'll try tossing the net at it.
Okay, perfect. And Oldham, what's your plan?
I'm gonna try and melee the one that's still has its stinger.
Okay, yeah. I guess that's the same one that Uhtred's going to throw the net on, because you probably don't want to throw the net on the one on Pinesta, because you'll likely get her as well.
Well, that could be fun too.
I mean, you know, if you want to trap her inside the net with that's also fun. But go ahead, Kassan, and roll initiative for the group. 3 for the beefs. You're
I'm
muted.
sorry. I was trying to cut my TV off and I missed you. I rolled a 3.
Okay. What's your dex?
My dex is a 17.
Okay, so you'll go first. So in this game, melee goes first. So that would be break yield.
All right. Yep, she'll try to spear that one on Pinesta. Let's see. Armor class 2
That hits.
for 3 points.
All right, you spear through it, and it falls to the ground like and drops dead. The question is, hold on, what was Oldham doing? Are you also doing melee?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to figure out, is a net melee or a missile? We've never used a net before.
If you throw it, it'd be a missile, but if he's just going to like literally cast it on someone while holding on to it, it would be melee. I think it would qualify as both.
Well, if it's flying, I would say I was going to toss it at it.
Yeah. So that would be a missile.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, I understand that it could be, but I'm trying to figure out which one it would be, like, technically in the game.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. But go ahead. What are you doing? Yeah, net is under missile hurled. Okay, so it's a missile weapon. So that means it would go before, would go after melee. So if Ultran's doing melee, you'll go first.
Well, okay, break hill just stabbed the one that already had the stinger pulled out, right?
And that's the one you were going after?
No.
You were going after the other one, right? Yeah. So yeah, so you
I
good.
want to be sure I wasn't going after the one she just killed, because then I have nothing to swing at. So, all right, I will swing at the one that she did not hit, because that was the one I called.
Yep.
All right. Got 12, which only hits AC 6.
That hits.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, they're big, so they're.
Yeah, well, you never know with these bees.
Yeah.
So I swing this thing. I look over at Uhtred and I go, what a shame. Can you imagine the mead you could make from these bees?
Indeed.
And then I hit him for 8 damage.
Yeah, you splatter it.
7 + 1.
And Uhtred, pulling your net out, you see that all the bees are dead, sadly.
Uhtred is sad.
Yeah. The DM is also sad, wanting to see the net in action, but we will get it, I'm sure.
Sad net sounds.
I look at
John Travolta meme. He's kind of looking back and forth,
Yeah.
Uhtred with my chest all puffed out like, ah.
It's too bad they don't have any honey. That Shail told us that their honey's worth money if we bring some back.
What are the rules for recovering arrows?
You can recover half, I think is what I decided. I don't think there are actual rules for it, but I think half seems legit.
Okay, so should I roll to see if I can recover that one arrow I fired?
No, if you only shot one arrow, you can't recover it.
Okay.
It's half rounded down.
All right.
That just balances out. I think there is actually probably a rule to see if you can find it, but I don't want to take all the time to do that. So
You can recover the wooden shaft.
yeah. And it was such a good, clean shot. It's way in the woods somewhere, so you don't have to wait for it. Okay, yeah. I mean, if you want to look For the beehive, you certainly could. I mean, they're big bees. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, no, I'm not, I am not. I don't want the honey that badly.
Maybe some other time.
Keep thinking of what the queen must look like for these guys.
Wow.
I mean, imagine the mead, as Old Tan said.
Well, actually, most of the colony is actually female.
Either way, the queen is like huge and probably very deadly if you can get through to her. So, all in all, I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
Uhtred's gonna lean over to Panista. I'm a little concerned about Old Ten's sexuality.
Well, who doesn't love a queen?
I mean,
I'm gonna
Indeed.
say I do have this venom antidote. I'm glad that I did not need to use it right away.
Right. Well, and you have Uhtred. Because Uhtred has that ability, right? I think that's a barbarian ability too. Suck. Is that true?
That's right, because he did to Bali.
I'll suck poison out of you anytime, Panista.
Ugh, rolls my eyes.
Yeah, the sting went. I mean, especially with 3 points, probably went right through you, and the poison, whatever.
Was on the end. Okay.
How these things work. Yes, you're hurt, but you're not.
Like that episode of Futurama.
Except snake poison. That would just be gross.
I mean, who knows? You might be immune to snake poison now. You
Right.
can't tell. All right, so
Never
yeah. So I mean, yeah, you don't see the hive close, but certainly you could track it if you wanted to, and if not, then you can continue on your way for sure.
It becomes like a thing of aliens. Like you notice that snake men aren't attacking you, and then you realize it's because you're pregnant with a snake baby.
Let's not go after the.
Okay.
bees.
So keep on going through the. I'll just keep rolling until I get a good monster. You're not sure if I'm actually rolling or if I'm just doing it to do it.
I think you're just trying to be that guy.
So I was just trying to look cool, like I'm scaring you. So yeah, so you travel on for most of the day. You know, I mean, by the time you did all the things you need to do, and you got the canoe and you sailed up there and you put it away and you fought the bees, you know that you were probably somewhere in the time frame of like noon or 1 or whatever. But you travel through the rest of the day. It's actually, as noted, a relatively warm day, 40 degrees. So, you know, with walking and stuff, you're not cold for sure. And as you travel about another 7 hours, so you travel far. No, not 7 hours, 7 miles, 7 hours. So that's probably like through the rough woods, probably like maybe like another 3 hours. You spy in front of you some walls. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see. So it is, in fact, like many things in Hyperborea, shaped as a hexagon. You can see that there is one of the flat edges of it is looking off. I mean, you can actually see that you're in the woods. Actually, you're coming from that direction. So yeah, you're on the tree line basically, and you've been walking along the. Basically, you can see the cliffs are getting steeper and steeper and steeper as just as he described. So pretty much right on. You see this thing, and you're looking at what you imagine would be like the side of it. It's shaped like a hexagon. Or the one edge flat is pretty much flat against the cliff going down, and there is the remainders of a watchtower in that spot right near the shore. As you kind of come out of the tree line, you can see that the wall, you know, the hexagon itself is basically the walls, you know, so in each of the corners, well, the one corner anyways, there's the guard tower, and then you have like the wall that makes the line of the hexagon, and then you've got like a square building. And as you're kind of skirting the edge, you see that beyond that, you know, as you're kind of coming around the hexagon, you see part of the wall is demolished. So, and through the demolished wall, you can kind of see that pretty much the opposite of the cliffside would be the entrance. There's a large gate there, and it is broken open and laying on the ground. I'm actually going to draw this for you. My excellent drawing skills. I feel like you can see this whole thing, so there's no reason not to show it to you. So, plus the hexagon is one of the few shapes I can draw. I say that now, I'm not going to be able to do it. Yep, I already screwed it up. Strangely, I went to art school. Let's see, you can probably see all of this from where you're looking. All right, this is a terrible rendering, but all right. So this flat area here, oops, backwards, is the cliff. This kind of area, this thing here is like a building inside the hexagon. The hexagon itself is walls as described. The ones that are the closest to the cliff, so this one and this one are pretty solid. This one, I should say. There's a building here as well. These ones up here are basically crumbled, you know, not completely, but more or less crumbled. And there's a gate if you want to go through the gate proper. And that's basically what you can see. There's a couple of small buildings inside as well, inside the grounds. There looks to be like a well or something in the center. And the other thing that you see is, actually, I'm going to put you, you're right. I'm going to draw where you are. There's trees here. I would just show you the map, but I forgot to screenshot it. You're basically where this little star is in the tree line. Right there. Okay. So you can kind of see into it. There's a couple of small, again, some small outbuildings. You see a well. Let me see if there's a little write up. You know, I love me some box text. All right, so present the Fane lies in ruin. It's slate tiled roof sagging over. That's the part in the middle. Oh, actually, there's a description of the entire outside part of it. Oh, the ruins. There we go. This hectagonal compound overlooking the Hyperborean Sea lies in decay. Though sustainable portions of its 10-foot wall stand, gripped by vines and creepers. There you see the front gate, which is rusted, as I noted. You can actually, there's a well in the center, as I noted. So actually, I'm just gonna, give me one second, I'm just gonna screenshot this map because it's just easier for me to show it to you than just for me to describe it. Little screenshot action. Screenshot. So any questions just in general while I'm doing this about what you see or?
Do we hear anything?
As a good question. You can roll your discern noise if anybody has it.
Yep, I do. 5 of 12.
So let me roll that.
Okay.
Anybody else? Does anybody else have discern noise?
I do. Let me check. My discern noise is a 5 and 12.
Oh, nice. Doesn't Uhtred also have it?
Yeah, I'm looking.
I could be mistaken, but I think the Barbarian has it as well. You know, some DMs like find awesome pictures on the web and everything else and get ready for the sessions. Daniel like screenshots the maps in the middle of the session.
We just throw up the goblin shark.
Yeah. That's just how I roll.
Hey. Whatever works.
Well, I promise you, I've had more than once where I'm like, and there's gonna be this one guy, and I'm sitting on Google, like scrolling through images, like I wonder what this guy looks like.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
And here he is, right here, this guy, who I totally had the picture for the entire time.
Right.
I'm just gonna send myself this thing so I can show it to you. Okay. Screen share. Did you find if you have that ability or not to?
I don't see it, honestly.
Okay, then you probably don't have it. I'm just assuming because, barbarians and all that.
I do have ambush, so it's harder for him to be surprised in the wilds.
Right, by one, right? I forget the factor that in one. That's one reason. Well, the bees didn't surprise you because,
Okay.
because she rolled a 5, but but I did factor that in. Okay, so you guys can see this. Again, there's no, that's not it. Oh, I lost it. Where is it? There it is at the end. As noted, you're like over here, but you see where the little scale is? That's basically where you are. I put you in the woods. That way you're not standing out in the open. You can see, so based on this, you can ask any questions. You probably saw, well, actually, you wouldn't have seen. So where it says C number 16, you don't see that. You would have only seen that if you had to come from the water. But the cliffs are about 200 feet or so going down. The wall is roughly 10 feet tall. It's crenulated, so it's got the little like battlements on top. But where you see it crumbled, you could easily walk through if you wanted to. Or, if you were polite, you could go through the gate.
Brighild, what do your Viking eyes see?
She looks at you and she goes, they see nothing right now. Would it be best to try to sneak in, though, and have Uhtred try to throw his net on this man and take him down to the ground and we can secure him?
Yep, I was
Ah.
thinking the net.
Tangle him onto the ground and dogpile him. I like where this is going.
Uhtred excitedly pulls the net out again, anxious to try it.
Okay, I'm
Gonna
just gonna
walk
give
along
you-
and trip in it.
From things that you can see, I'll kind of just give you an idea of what they are. Number 2 is the well, which I just told you was there. Number 4 is a statue of Apollo. It's on a granite plinth. It stands a broken marble statue of Apollo. It is kind of, surprisingly, your eyes kind of catch that it's kind of like polished, like white, like super clean, even though the rest of the place is trashed. And you can see that as you're kind of staring at it, even from the distance, that it looks like it was probably broken and kind of put back together. You see like pieces of rope holding like the one of the arms on, and also the head. Let's see. He's holding in the crook of his left arm a Cathara, which is the thing that's on the that you told is on the glass amphora. Let's see, and in front of it, probably maybe more interesting, is there are you can see animal remains. We'll say let's call it that, because you're not close enough to it to know more than that. 7 is a whole area. These are basically like sheds. Looks like clearly one of them is more destroyed than the rest. 8 is a large fire pit. Which you can't really tell if it's been used recently or not, but it's not gone, so that's probably a sign that's relatively new.
Well,
and 9, as I mentioned, is the actual Fane of Apollo. It is in ruin. It's kind of the front of it is collapsed down. Yeah.
Well, it looks like it'd be easiest to sneak up to that building that has a giant letter A on it. Because it's mostly surrounded by bush and stuff. So at least me and Uhtred could try sneaking up there.
Legit.
All right.
Yeah, I can come. I have moved silent as well.
Sounds good. So we'll sneak up to building A.
Where's the guy standing at again?
There's no guy. There's just a statue of Apollo.
Oh, I thought you said there was a guy standing there. Sorry.
No, you don't see anybody.
Okay.
My move's
It
silent.
could be a guy.
I'm
not gonna say there's not a guy, but I'm gonna say you don't see a guy.
gonna
What's
move
your move
silent.
silent?
Is 6 and 12.
Nice. Okay. How about Panesta?
Yep, 6.
Oh, and Uhtred?
My move silence is
11.
Right?
as quiet as a thief equal to my level. So whatever it would be for a thief level 3.
So 6.
What's your dex?
15.
So yeah, you don't get the bonus for dex.
So I rolled a 1.
That's okay. I roll a 3. So you guys creep up. As noted, there's some bushes and stuff over there. So you're able to kind of move yourselves up through the broken walls. And while you are being as quiet as possible, you're moving pretty slowly because, of course, you're walking over crumbled, broken ruins. One thing that you notice from those trees as you're kind of moving up is that building has definitely been repaired. It's got more kind of it's got obvious sign of repair. Within a relatively short period of time. So not like 10 years ago, nothing like that. But 20 years ago, this Fane is probably 100 years old, and this has definitely been repaired within the last, I'll say, maybe within 5 years. You would think. Not being expert carpenters.
The temple area?
No, A.
Oh, A has. Oh, okay. Interesting.
The building that you're walking up to. The temple is completely trashed, as far as you can tell.
Maybe that's why the letter's still on it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kassan will. Huh?
Uhtred, roll a d6.
6. Okay. 5.
Fantastic.
I'm sure I just stumbled with my net.
No, that's a good roll. Good for me or good for you is hard to say. You hear a rustling and you turn and you can see charging at you from about, actually they're pretty close to you. They were just on the other side of the building, apparently. They're only about 50 feet away, are a pack of wolves, and they're charging at you. There are 5 of them. So what does everybody want to do?
They're coming from the building?
They're coming from right next to A. No, they're not coming from inside the building. They're coming from the other side of it.
I would quickly throw the net at them.
Okay, so you're going to use missile attack? Okay.
Kassan will also missile attack.
Okay, how about Panasta? You're also there.
Yeah, missile.
Okay. Let's see. Crystal rolled last time, so I will have Nikki roll. Initiative.
Okay.
Hey Daniel, I'm gonna go ahead and roll my thing and just put it in the chat because I gotta use the restroom real quick.
There are 5 wolves charging at you. That makes most people want to go to the restroom.
3, Daniel.
Okay. They got 6. All right, so they charge you.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm just making sure there's 5. I'm not sure if there's 5 or 6. Sorry about that. Yeah, 6. Sorry. There's 6 wolves, actually. It was hard for you guys to count. As they charge you. And since there's 3 of you, we'll just go 3 and 3 because that's always fun. So the wolves see you and then they're just like, oh, hell no. And they charge at you. So first one is going, I'll do Kassan last because she's not here. So we'll go for Uhtred first. First wolf charges you. 14. Let's see.
4 and 3.
That hits AC 3.
Oh, you hit.
Okay, you hit. Let me just roll both of them first. And then it rolls 1. Okay, so you get hit once by the wolf. Attack 1, bite. Here we go. Ooh, a good solid bite though for 6 points of damage. The second 2 wolves are charging at Panesta.
Okay.
Just quickly checking to see if they do anything special beyond just biting your head off. Nope. All right. Ooh, That's not going to hit you. I didn't get that one up. Nope, both miss Pinesta. She dexterously steps out of the way.
Yep.
And 2 will go after Kassan. Miss. Wow. Okay. Wow. The dice just totally turned south on me. Of all those rolls, the highest one was an 8 after the attack on neutral. So the rest of them just miss. Like they you're dodging, you're moving. Of course, the only downside is they're right on top of you now. So if you're using a missile weapon, I'm going to give you a penalty because they're way too close to you to use a missile weapon, except for the net, I think. So if you're using a bow, you're going to have a penalty.
Okay.
So go ahead. Okay, so Krista rolled 18, and she's a thief. So go ahead and make your attack. Vanessa, I have to look up to see what she hits with that. I'm pretty sure that probably hits.
Okay.
She's 2nd level, right? 18. It's going to hit. Yeah, that hits. Going to hit. Yes, you're going to be -2 on the attack.
-2. Okay. Yeah. Nope. I miss.
Okay. Kassan actually hits. And for 4 damage. Very nice. For one of the wolves, one of the wolves gets a yelps out. You guys all, the other 2 of you that are in the bushes, you hear growling, snarling noises and probably barking, maybe even, as the group engages the wolves. 4 points of damage. So you hit your wolf, Kassan. They are right on top of you now. This is going to be -2 to hit if you want to continue using missile weapon. And I will ask everybody what they want to do. So Kassan, what do you want to do? There's 2 wolves on you.
Kassan's gonna drop his composite longbow and pull his short sword. And also, I have a small shield, so my AC will decrease by 1.
You will be able to don the shield and the sword and attack.
No, I was wearing the shield the whole time. I can. It says you can wear a small shield and also shoot a bow.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Brickhild, what are you planning on doing? You hear this?
How far are we away? Is it will we have to run to get there?
You would need to run. You are approximately 80 feet away.
Yeah, she'll run to the group then.
So if you want to try to what's your movement?
40.
Okay, so you can actually get there, but your attack will happen at the 2nd phase if you want to charge.
All right.
You can move double. When you're running, you move double your normal pace. Vanessa.
Could I use my wand of magic missile?
Yeah. You'll need to pull it out, so I'm going to say it'll happen 2nd phase if you do that.
Okay.
Anybody who's drawing something's going 2nd phase.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have had to
Uhtred.
pull out my sword anyways.
I wanted to throw my net, which I haven't done yet.
Yep, you can still do that. Oltan.
So I was back there with Brigild, so I will be running alongside her.
Okay, is your movement also 40?
You're doing the same thing. Yes, my movement is 4.
Okay, yeah, then you can get there too. So, all right, so let's roll initiative and see what happens. 4. Nikki.
Okay. 4.
Oh, what's your dex?
17.
Okay, so wolves are pretty dexy though. Oh, actually, they're not that dexy. All right, so you guys actually win initiative, but everybody's going on the 2nd phase except for Uhtred. So you can go ahead, Uhtred. I'm gonna say a net you can use close combat. That makes sense. You know, because you're not really throwing it for.
So you just want me to roll the hit?
Yeah, so make an attack, a missile attack.
Missile attack. So I get a +1 modifier on that. So it's going to be only a 7. So AC, yeah, probably an 11 or 11, 8, 11.
AC 11. Yeah, that's not anything. That misses by a mile.
Yeah, that's not even on the chart. Yeah.
It's not even on the chart. It's literally off the chart.
So Uhtred stumbles on his net.
Yeah, and that just collapses to there. I mean, you tossed it, so yeah, it's like skirted all over the ground. You won't be able to pick it up again without effort. So you'll have to do something else next round. All right, and the wolves go at you. So there's only 3 of you there still that can be attacked because the other guys are arriving at the end of the round. So 2 on Kassan. Miss. Ooh, Kassan's lucky here. Miss on Pinesta. Ooh, what's Pinesta's AC?
5.
5. Let me just check that one. I think that misses as well, but Nope, AC 7, so that misses you. Uhtred. Oh, they don't like you. That probably hits you. Let's see. 15 hits AC 2.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so 1 hits you, and then probably the same one again. I'm getting it just say flavor. Yeah, 5 points.
I shall
Yeah,
name this one Jaws.
Yeah, vicious wolf continues to bite into you as all the rest of the wolves are. This is probably the
And I'm sorry, how much damage?
5 more. Actually, it is a pretty big one. It's not the biggest one though. One of the biggest ones is on actually Kasam. All right, so y'all charge up. They still go at the end because they're charging. So people that are currently in, well, you're drawing weapons. So I'm just going to go in the order I have here because it's just easier for me. Kasam, you're being attacked by wolves, one of which you shot an arrow into.
Kassan's gonna melee.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
Oh, okay.
Yep, they already went. So
Yeah, okay. No, he's gonna miss.
okay. And Breakhill, you charge up. Do you want to go after which wolf? There's 2 on each Kassan, Penesta, and Uhtred.
Just let me roll random and I'll see which one I'm closest to. Penesta.
Okay.
So she's going to try to run up and just ram her spear into it. And armor class 7.
That hits.
Ooh, max damage 8.
Nice. Yeah, this was actually one of the. It was in fact the smallest. I picked random which one you were attacking. The smallest wolf, and you shove your spear through it, and it falls over and dies. So you kill the wolf. Penesta, one of the wolves that are on you, just died.
I still want to cast a wand of magic missiles.
Yep. Right,
There's
which
still
one?
5. I want 5, 1 for each.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Hurt them all.
makes sense. All right, so that automatically hits. I'm assuming.
I think
See
so.
that.
I have it. It's on page 190.
Magic missile. Nobody ever uses magic missile anymore. It's so old school. All right, magic missile, glowing, blah blah. So D4 plus 1. Okay, so just go through each one. And so the first one, the one on you, I'll just do. So go ahead, do damage. D4 plus 1.
Okay. 4.
Okay, it's still up but hurt. Next one,
4.
nice. Yep. Next,
And then, oh my gosh, 3 threes in a row. 4.
okay, nice.
3.
Okay, that was the one actually that had an arrow in it as well, but it's still up, but it is very, very hurt now.
Okay, and 1 more, right?
Yep.
Ooh, 5.
5. Okay, wow, nice. Okay, that was actually the biggest of them as well. Okay, so yeah, none of them go down, but they are all hurt now. And they yelp out in pain.
Take off
Uhtred
my
already went,
charges
so,
here.
yes, Uhtred already went. So Ultan, make your swing. Which one are you going after? One on Podesta, one on Uhtred, or one on Kassan?
We're gonna focus. I'm gonna stick with Brig here and focus fire. So I'm gonna try and finish clearing out Penesta, which will open her up to then help us attack the others. So
Okay.
we got one off of her, so now we're gonna try and get the other one off. So I rolled an 19. Sorry, it's kind of dark.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's
quite sure it is. Yeah.
It's a -1.
Yeah. It was some damage.
The 8 plus 1 for 6 points of damage.
Yeah, you also swat a wolf, a smallish wolf that's on the Penesta, and it you crush its skull and it drops.
Nice.
Nice. And that's it. Everybody went. So next round. So quickly go through, see what everybody's doing. Currently, there are 2 wolves on Kassan and 2 wolves on Uhtred. So Kassan, what's your move?
Melee.
Okay. Brighild?
Yeah, melee. She's going to move up to the one on Kassan, one of those.
Okay. And Penesta?
Melee, I'll put my wand away and move over.
Okay, so you'll go second
Right.
phase.
Yep.
Where are you going after? Well, the second phase you can pick then.
Okay.
Uhtred?
Drawing my sword. So melee.
Okay. All right, so melee, you'll go second phase as well. Ultan?
Melee.
Okay. Against a wolf. Which wolf?
Oh.
Kassan's wolves or
Kassan.
Odrid?
Kassan.
Okay. You said Kassan as well, right? Tony Brickhill?
Yep, correct.
Okay, yeah. I put you on the wrong one. There we go. Fix that. Okay, perfect. Let's roll initiative. Nikki? 4.
2.
They're going first. Okay,
Yep.
so they're going to keep attacking. Well, actually, let me roll them morale, actually, because they just lost 2. Nope, still fighting. All right, so they're going to keep going after who they're going after. Kassan first. Misses. That's going to not hit Kassan. You're, 18. That's going to, I don't know what that is. That's like negative something. So one wolf bites into you deeply, Kassan, for 5 points of damage.
Ouch.
And then the 2 on Uhtred. Miss. I keep throwing my dice across the thing. Actually, that's why you have to have 2 sets of dice. Hold on. We'll just call that one a natural 20.
Why not?
Yeah, I like that attitude. Yep. Oh, 18. Okay. That's probably going to hit you as well. Yeah, I think it's like negative something armor class at that point. This wolf was really digging into. It's been the same wolf every time to the hits of Uhtred. It does not like you. 6 points of damage too. Yeah, it is vicious. Viciously digging.
I think I need to tame this one.
Right. Maybe. Okay, so they all went, and we got Kassan doing melee. So go ahead.
Okay. Boo. Nope, he's gonna miss.
Okay, we got Brighild.
Yeah, the one that bit the chunk out of Kassan, she's going to try to catch him with the spear and throw him back out of the way.
Okay.
And that is a nat 20.
Nice.
So I roll a d6 on her for effect, or
That's right. D6 to see what.
3.
3. Okay, so that'll be you're a fighter, right? You're considered a fighter.
Yep.
Yeah. So double damage.
Let's see. 10 total then.
Oh wow, nice. Okay. All right, and you're gonna attack the one that bit
The
him,
one
which
that
actually.
lunged and bit Kassan.
Yep, that one had exactly 10 hit points left. So you jam your spear into it,
Nice.
and that's the big one. It,
Yeah, and she just throws it back off of Kassan and looks at him and gives him a smile.
Nice. Panesta.
I think I had to go the second phase.
Yeah, I mean, since they won initiative, it didn't really matter.
Okay.
So just just like.
I'll attack one. Is there still just 2 on Uhtred now?
There's 2 on Uhtred.
I'll go after one of those. The one
Yeah,
that
one
keeps
of them
biting him.
And viciously whack him over and over again.
Net 20.
Nice. Nice crit
Oh,
roll.
yeah.
Roll D6.
2.
2. Okay, so that's just +2 damage, which is still good.
Okay. My sword, so that works. 9 damage.
That's enough. Yeah, this thing's digging deeply into Uhtred, and you just come over and chop it down in the back of its neck, and it collapses to the ground, spurting blood. Uhtred.
Nice.
There's one more on you.
All right, that's going to be AC 5.
Yep, that hits.
All right. And that's going to be 7 damage.
Okay, yeah, you cleave through this thing, and it drops. Olten, there's currently 1 wolf standing, and it's actually the one that you ran up to. So that all works out pretty well.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought both the ones on Kassan were dead.
Nope.
Okay. Whoop. Good deal. All right, let's see if I can be one of the cool kids like everybody else. Well, I'm starting off good. I rolled an 18.
Nice.
Hit. Let's see if I
That
can.
should hit him.
Only going to do 4 points of damage though.
How much?
4.
4 is enough. Yeah, exactly enough. You smash through this thing, and its head, it wiggles a little bit, and then it falls to the ground.
Nice.
And you've got these 6 bloody wolves lying in a pile in front. Well, not a pile, but sprawled out on the ground in front of y'all.
I just go, aha, like that. And I immediately look around to see if anyone is injured.
So, draws any attention. Yeah, people are injured, for sure.
Kassan is gonna take time to ask Rel to throw down one of his mysterious works, and use Cure Light Wound.
Nice. On who? On yourself?
On myself, yeah, because I took like half damage. I'm only level 2, so.
Yeah, no, I'm not criticizing. I'm assessing. Okay, cool. Yeah, Rel, grants you healing.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking for it again. I thought I was on it, and then I lost it. Cure Light Wounds. It's no, that's Cure Light Burns. Cure Light Wounds. 1d8. Okay. 6. Nice. All right, so that brings me back to full.
Nice.
What about
What
Nutrient? I know one of you got stung by a bee and one of you got bit by wolves. So
I only took 3 hit points, which is probably less than Uhtred, considering he got savaged.
I'm down 17.
well, let's fix you. So I approach Uhtred and I roll my sleeves up and I crack my knuckles and I say, "Behold, the latest gift from Yunde, my friend." And I lay both my hands on his shoulders and I cast Cure Moderate Wounds, which will do.
Ooh, it kind of tickles.
It's going to tickle real good. Dude, I heal you for 16.
Wow.
I just rolled 2 8s, I swear to God. So yeah, I'm just like, with the power of Yunde, I was like, "Nah."
Like Kassan casts his healing spell, and like a little bit of like glowy effect happens, and like you see his wound heal, and he kind of looks at Ultan proud, and then Ultan's all like, "The power of Yunde," and like a giant elk appears and goes like, and like a giant light spell like hits Uhtred and just like completely heals him, and Kassan just like show off.
It tickles real good.
Kassan's just like show off.
Back away hands.
Different gods are do different things. I mean, Rel gave you what you needed. Right?
Yeah, true.
Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, you would notice from where you're standing. Let me show the map again.
Hey, that's awesome.
Now that you're all kind of standing there, having moved quietly to get there, you made a whole lot of noise just then. You're basically, right in front of A, more or less. They came rushing around. You can see that B is basically in ruin. But as you're kind of looking, it looks like C actually does also look like it has got some repairs to it. You can see what 7 is too from here. So let me just tell you what that is quickly.
Real quick, Daniel. Uhtred's gonna skin the wolves.
Okay. That will take a while.
Well, 1 or 2 at least.
I mean, it'll take an hour at least to skin a wolf. It's
Yeah.
not, if you want to be able to actually keep the skins for anything.
Well, we're going into cold temperature areas, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, what I mean by that is that if you wanted the meat, you just wanted to rip the skin off quickly, then it would be fast. But if you want to actually save the skin, it'll probably take a good hour to do that, I would imagine.
Kassan says, like, "Look, I got a large sack here. Just take the bodies, and we'll,
It's
Can't fit a large sack.
Uhtred actually has
it can fit up to 40 pounds."
Uhtred actually has a serious look on his face, and he's like, "My friend, you know that I am also trained as a butcher." He said, let us do what we do here, and then when we get back on the canoe is humongous. We can sit in the bottom of the canoe and we can skin these wolves, and it'll give us something to do on the ride.
All right, let us do what we came here for then first.
And I agree with you. We should take the wolf skins.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you can just leave them there for now. From where you're standing, like I said, you can now see the fire pit closer. This whole thing is only like maybe like 200 feet wide at the most. So the fire pit definitely looks like relatively fresh, meaning that the wood that's in it that looks burnt doesn't have any like regrowth. There's no moss growing on it or anything. So it looks like it's within weeks at the absolute longest that it's been, maybe less since it's burned. Building number 6, you can see that part of it's knocked down. This was some kind of a stable, it looks like. And 5 is a tower, as you can probably tell. And 3 is a pretty intact building as well. And of course, 9 is the actual Fane, which is pretty trashed.
Gaston tells Vanessa, look, I think it'd make most sense that this guy is at the actual temple. If you want to try to talk to him, I can ask for a blessing from Rel, which will prevent him from being able to attack you for a little while. Maybe you can try to talk to him and get him to hopefully willingly give up that device of his.
Well, that sounds like a good idea. What was 7, Daniel, real quick?
7 is just a tree. It actually is that whole area. It's a description of that whole area, which is the 3 buildings plus the tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I know I said 7, but then I didn't say what it was. Yeah, it's just that area.
But how do you think it would be in the temple? Why wouldn't you think he'd be in one of the repaired buildings?
I mean, this device supposedly had a symbol of Apollo on it, right? And he came here for a reason. I just think it makes the most sense. But I could be wrong. I don't know how these things work.
Yeah, no, you could be right. I just think we should check those buildings first.
The ones you're standing next to.
Yeah.
Uhtred would have.
I just wanted to say that, like if you want to go into a building and check, I need to cast this on you first. It'll last for about an hour. So just before we go in anywhere, if you want to go in first to try to see what's there, see if the guy's there to talk to, just let me know.
Okay.
Uhtred would ready the net again as well.
Okay.
You said that building A looks almost new, right?
It's been repaired.
Yeah.
Kassan
would like to go up to the door and just like listen into the door.
Okay, you want to discern
noise? Yeah. I think I have a 5 and 12.
Okay. Yeah. And now that you're closer to it, what's everybody else doing? Just kind of standing there.
I would go with Kassan.
Okay.
And Uhtred's standing ready with the net to toss it at the guy if we get attacked.
At the statue.
Oh, just
okay.
if we get attacked.
Oh, okay. What about Holtan and Brickhilt?
If they're trying to be sneaky at all, I would probably just hang with Uhtred because I am not a sneaky person.
I think our sneak is over.
Yeah, that was you made a hell of a lot of noise.
I would
okay, yes. How about Brickhilt?
She said she was AFK, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, it's probably a good time. I was going to say, I was about to look at time. Maybe we should take a 5-minute break now anyways. And then when we come back, we'll figure out what's inside that number A, or letter A, as the case would be.
Okay.
Sounds
All
good.
right, so yeah, let's take like 5, 10. We'll say 5. 10. 5. 5.
Actually, I'm going to need 10 because I have to take the dogs out.
I mean, doesn't it make sense to check the repaired buildings?
Yeah.
Or should I have just gone right to the temple?
Oh, you're good.
I never go with this crowd.
Okay. I think we're still got Brighild away, but give it another minute or so.
Oh no, I'm here. I didn't hear nobody ever
Oh.
say anything. I'm here.
Oh, yeah. I wrote in the chat.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at it. I was reading something.
Gotta pay attention to that chat, Tony.
Nope, I don't.
Yeah, I don't. Even when I'm running, I look up, I'm like, oh, somebody's putting something in chat. So, yeah.
Nope.
It's hard to keep track of it. But anyways, I did my little away thing. We're testing it.
Very
What's
fancy.
it? Yeah, very fancy. We're getting fancy here. Hopefully we can pull this off. Anyways, so yeah, you approach building. I guess I'll put the map up again.
Need some away music.
Yeah, we can run some music on it. Eventually I'll get fancy like that. We're just starting. Okay, so you walk up to building A, the two of you, and you listen. You can tell as you get close to this place that, as I noted, it's been rebuilt and repaired, fairly recently. The door is wooden. You put your ear to it and you listen. You don't hear anything. Sounds pretty quiet all around in every direction. I mean, I know that also Uhtred and such are keeping eye for any more animals or whatever. You don't hear anything. Nothing's approaching you guys.
Picture Uhtred stalking around with a net ready to toss.
He will use that net.
Kassan very lightly, tries the door handle, see if it's unlocked.
Mm-hmm. It is, in fact, unlocked. Yes.
Okay. Does it push in or pull out?
We'll say it pulls out.
All right. So he's going to kind of have his weight against the door, and he's going to kind of pull and jump back like with the door against him in case something shoots at him or something. And also to give Uhtred a chance to use that net if something's inside.
Well, I mean, Uhtred's not going to be able to throw the net through a door, nor is he standing right there. But in any case, Podesta is, who I assume moves out of the way as well.
Yeah.
You're probably like, what the you look, okay, you pull the door open and you look in. Looks like this place, I mean, it's not very big. I'm trying to look at my little scales here. It's like maybe 5-6 feet wide. It's like a pretty small building. You see a couple shelves on one side, and the other side has, leaning against the wall, various kind of tools like rakes, saw, shovel. There's some spikes laying there. You see a couple coils of rope, hanging on the wall. There's also, on the shelf, you see a basket, like one of those small woven baskets. And if you look in it, it's got some nails and there's a hammer there. In addition to that, there is 2 sacks of grain that are all fresh, not rotted.
Interesting.
Why would a madman have a tool shed?
Maybe he's attempting to rebuild this place. Perhaps he's not as mad as we thought.
Yeah, the grain confuses me a little bit, unless somebody's been bringing him stuff.
Well, he does have a twin.
Yeah, but the way Leifer was talking, I didn't think he would be. Interesting.
Would be odd for him to rent us a canoe and everything to let us come out here, especially his own personal canoe. If he was indeed working with his brother this whole time, seems like he would have just either let us know that or would have just, not helped us out at all.
Yep.
Did
I
he not
agree.
tell you, Podesta, though, that he did come to visit his brother, or am I misspoken?
He said he saw him here. He never said visit. Sometimes I see him, is what he said. So that's pretty vague, but it didn't give the impression that He said that damn green vase twisted him. Sometimes I see him. And he was taken by witchcraft. That doesn't sound like somebody who comes out and visits regularly.
No, he may just not have wanted you to know that he actually does come to visit him.
Yep, that's
Maybe.
absolutely true.
If Kassan wanted to like look around this place quickly to see if there was anything of use, like would that count as like a full search, or could I use like a roll and just look around quickly for like this? I don't know.
If
Just
you're gonna search
looking.
the room, it'll take you a few minutes to go through. 10 minutes or whatever is classic. Time frame.
Yeah.
If you want to do a thorough
What's-
search. Otherwise, you see basically what I just described.
Okay. And what's a search? What's a search again?
Well, what are you looking for? Like a secret door?
I don't know. I don't think there'd be a secret door in here. I just don't feel that. I think instead he just wants to look and see if like any of these tools or anything like that might be magical, or if there might be anything of value that is hidden among the stuff.
There might be a magic hoe of hoeing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the hoe of hoeing is one of those good. Yeah, I mean, do you have any means to know if something's magical?
No, not at this point. Never mind.
I mean, you kind of do.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
nothing on me.
Nothing looks particularly valuable. I mean, to somebody trying to repair things or to do some farming, this is very valuable. But it's insofar as like being uncommon or made of gold or anything like that, no, that all just kind of looks like good, well made, not so old tools. And a second, 2 seconds.
All right, well, let's continue to search around this place, see if we can find this man in his jar.
A man in his jar. All right, yeah, so you come out. Like I said, B is wrecked. I mean, you can kind of see that all people are standing outside. What were you guys doing while he was searching around outside? You just kind of keeping guard, or did anybody want to do anything special beyond that?
Stalking around with my net.
Good trick and his net.
A man in his net. Okay, so yeah, you, yeah, nothing unusual. It seems out of place. I mean, except for the fact that you're in a trashed Fane of Apollo, and there's a bunch of dead wolves, and also a broken statue that's been repatched together, and a fire pit and stuff like that. Building C looks like it's in good condition, just like A.
Yep, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, 6 is, like I said, is partially trashed. All right, yeah, you can. Do you want to listen to the door again?
What did you say about B though? Because that's the first one we'll walk by.
B is basically trashed. I mean, as you walk past it, you can see that this building is the side of it is collapsed. It's hard to say what it was used for because it's not been repaired like the other building, so there's no real roof on it. It was probably some kind of storage shed. I should also point out, if it wasn't clear, these buildings are basically made out of like stone, so it's kind of collapsed out. So the ones that have been repaired, like the stones have been restacked, and some mud or whatever has been placed in between the stones to get them to get like mortar, basically. B is basically collapsed and not repaired. So you don't see anything in there unless you want to start digging and pulling rocks and stuff. But just a quick look of it, it doesn't look like anything. Okay. So did you want to do anything else to it, Briggild? Or
Oh, I'm sorry. No. I just wanted to walk past it and get a description of it.
Yeah. Not, without more like pulling rocks and searching more, it just kind of looks like a collapsed building. There's no entrance or anything that's visible. C though has been repaired, like A.
Yeah, we should probably listen, Kassan. Again.
Okay, yeah, this thick wooden door. You don't really hear anything.
Shall we pull it open again? Yeah, we'll open it.
Are you gonna do the same? Pull it open, like jump back,
Yes.
make a big
Yeah.
scene. Okay.
Madrid will stand ready to throw his net.
All right. Yeah. You pull the door open. You immediately hear the clucking sound of a whole bunch of chickens, and probably a couple of them come out into the thing. Maybe you're just who knows.
Madrid, startled, throws his net at Finesta.
Yeah. All right. So yeah.
Oh, come on.
So yeah. So you immediately see that there's some of them come out, but there's and then they kind of settle down. And it's basically like a chicken pen. I mean, it doesn't have like the wire, so you can see into it clearly. The building's being used as it though. You can see about maybe 20 or more chickens in here. They've got like an area set to the side with some like grasses that have been pulled out and then dried, to make it into nests. So you can see some eggs. And yeah, you got chickens.
Someone's definitely living here. I mean, obviously.
Hmm.
Wish we had some of that hot sauce for these eggs.
And some fried grasshoppers to go with it.
Right. Oh no, just eggs for me. So chickens, a tool shed with obviously not moldy or bad grain. I don't know if Loden is here, but somebody is using this place as a refuge.
An innocent seeming monk with a bunch of chickens. Why does this sound so familiar? I was trying to make a hateful place reference there. Sorry. Monks with a duck.
These are actually chickens, I think, not rice. Okay, chickens.
These are actually nice. These are actually chickens, and they're alive, not being cooked. That's why I didn't get it. But yes, little side connection thing. I like that.
There is anything glinting like in the straw, in the hay, anything in there with the chickens?
Oh yeah, you spend some time digging through and stuff. There's eggs. As you're kind of digging through. Is Kassan also helping?
Yeah.
Okay. And the rest are outside.
Sure.
All right. You see outside people. So Uhtred, Oltan, and Birkild. You see kind of gathered about the entrance, kind of snuffling on the ground and looking around. And then they kind of look up and they see you. Five again. Boars.
Boars?
Boars. Yep.
Oh, boars. I thought you said whores. I was like, what?
That would be quite a different encounter.
You're not the only one. I was like, what?
They kind of look at you. They look a little like they look up and let's see. Well, they're by the entrance, and they kind of like look at you and they pause, and then they put their noses back to the ground. They're kind of like you can see they're kind of moving in. They don't seem to be aggressive at this moment towards you, but boars.
Yeah.
Which area are they coming from? Because I can't see.
They're coming from the
anymore.
entrance. You can't see the map anymore.
Oh, now it just popped back up. It was just a white screen for a minute, but now it's back up.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I had a white line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big white line. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if that's because I pulled everything away. Did they do it again?
Yep.
Just a big white line. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I have my computer set that when I put my mouse in the lower right-hand corner, everything goes off my screen, and I have the DM screen as a background picture. So I was looking for the attacks. We probably just have never noticed it before because I only usually look at it during combat.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, they're by the door, by number one. They're kind of coming in now. They're making their way in. And you guys are near like the 7 area, basically.
I lean over and I say, careful. I say those boars, if they have a mind to be, they can be awfully mean.
Well, we should leave them alone, and maybe they will leave us alone.
Oh, don't I know it? Oh, boars. Yes, boars. Those two.
Yes, as you're kind of still searching, these boars showed up kind of near the end, all you really find is eggs. There's like maybe 16 eggs.
Okay.
There's about 25 chickens, roughly. Even the ones that kind of shot out the door right away, they kind of make their way back in after a little bit, because they live in there. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
once
fine.
the chickens get back inside, Kassan will close them back in.
Yeah, we'll close them back in. Yeah, I'm not gonna steal their chickens.
Well, you know what? Kassan may take like a few in a small sack. Take a few eggs.
okay. I love how you hold things in sacks. You're gonna take a few eggs in a sack.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to make crushing below saving throws every single time we do everything. You know what though? This is a good thing because we're gonna make crushing below saving throws against the eggs every single time something happens. And if you get the eggs all the way back to town, there will be a reward. Okay, yeah, you take no. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, the boars are kind of water. You notice they're heading over to the well area. Which is number 2.
We still don't see anybody else though. No people.
You haven't seen any people yet, no?
We should go down to the other buildings and just look at every one.
Yep, that is wise, Brighild.
I agree.
Yeah, you've now been, since your combat, it's probably been like maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, and nothing besides the boars. Nothing has really come to disturb you.
Well, let us go to that crumpled building over there then in front of the bonfire, and Kassan will point at building 6.
Okay, yeah, definitely do that. You head over towards building 6, crumpled building by the bonfire. As soon as you get within like 10, 15 feet of it, the crushed area, you can just smell this terrible like stench of urine. And part of the wall is knocked down. As you kind of move up toward, assuming you want to keep going, you would smell urine. You probably, especially, you probably pick this up right away, or anybody else who's got a little more outdoorsman type stuff. As you get closer, you probably start to realize this is where the wolves were having their den. You can tell by the smell and by the way it's kind of like organized. So that's where they probably were.
What an amazing smell you've discovered.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to explore it further, but you can tell from like about 15 feet away that it's probably the wolves' den.
We'll try to go in and check it out. Why not? Okay,
yeah. You move forward, and you can see. You're ready for it, so they're not going to way, but you don't surprise them either. You kind of come forward and you look, and you can see that kind of nestled towards the back. You see 2 wolves. One of them is clearly very pregnant, and kind of laying on her side. And near her are 4 very small pups, and one other wolf is probably also female because she was the pups were feeding off of her. As soon as you get close, she stands up and kind of gets between you and the pups and starts to growl.
Ultimatum would kind of put his hands out to the side and just kind of motion everybody to back a little bit and say, if we don't approach her, she's likely to not attack. We do not wish to take the mother away from these wolves.
Yeah, that's one theory. But these pups might fetch a little gold back in town. You never know.
You want us to carry wolf pups back to the town?
I have another large sack.
I can say another sack.
I have a second large sack. I come prepared.
I think
in my family we always carry several sacks around.
Well, I think we should leave them be. I think Ultan has it right, unless they attack us. But if we leave the pups alone,
Yunde would not smile well upon this.
Well, without the males, they're probably going to die anyway. Just saying.
Uhtred's going to go cut some flesh off the dead wolves and bring it back and just kind of toss it at the female wolves.
Oh,
That seems mean.
It's flesh. It's just flesh.
Hey, hey, bitches! Look at this. We killed your leaders.
that is
It's
interesting.
It's just flesh at this point, though.
I know.
Yeah, it doesn't probably know where it comes from, although you probably smell it. No. Actually, it sniffs I just had to Google it. It says wolves will not eat their own kind, even if pressured under starvation. So yeah, you throw the meat at it, and it sniffs it and it starts to growl, but it does that thing where it kind of doesn't move forward and growls. It kind of backs up like more defensively.
Troy, just showing you who's boss.
All right. Well, if we're not going to take the pups, then I mean they're going to starve anyway. I want to go look at that statue.
Okay, yeah. So you turn, and you walk past the fire pit towards the statue. It is a statue of Apollo, pretty clearly. It's on a granite plinth. It stands. It's broken, like I said, but repaired. It's clean, so it's like one of those like marble statues. It is like white, so it's been scrubbed clean. You do notice that the head and the right forearm look like they were broken off, and then put back on and kind of held with cord and twine and a little bit of mud to hold the head on. And it's Apollo. He is holding a kithera, which is the little instrument there, in the crook of his left arm. Oh, so I even did it right. Yeah.
How big is this statue?
It's about 10 feet plus the plinth, so it's probably standing maybe like 15 feet up. In front of it, of course, you're standing next to it now. You can see that in front of it on the ground, because I had said there was some, animal parts. There's animal entrails. So there's like guts. Looks like an animal was gutted here. It's all kind of spread out around it, and you see that you can probably tell that there's different levels of rot. So like it's like this is from different times that they've been put here to rot.
All right, so it's being used as an altar. Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. As a Perlon, you would know that looks like probably a sacrifice.
Yeah. So Kasan kind of looks around a bit, and what Kasan wants to do is he wants to climb up this statue, and when he gets to like the top of it, to where the head is, he's gonna put his wooden necklace of rail. He's gonna put it around the head so that it's wearing a necklace of rail.
Wow. Okay.
I lean over to the others and I go, "Is it finally that god?"
Okay. So just so we're clear, you're going to climb the statue of Apollo and put another god symbol on its head.
Yep. My God's better. What can I say?
Brighild is ignoring this foolish tomfoolery, and she's gonna start walking towards Building 3.
Okay. Yeah. So building 3. So you're climbing up there. Let's see. This is a stone block building. It is in pretty heavy disrepair. It's not crumbled so much, although in the corners you see some crumbling. But oddly, the door looks like it's almost new, especially because you looked at the doors on A and C. They look like they're new like that, been rebuilt, for lack of a better way to say it. And you can see that even where it's like broken down on the northern area and the west area, that looks like it's been rebuilt a bit. So you couldn't unlike, let's say, building B or number 6, you wouldn't be able to just look in through it very easily because it looks like it's been restacked. The door is, of course, closed.
Yeah, she'll motion towards the Oltan and Uhtred and Pinesta, that maybe come that way, since it looks like maybe something's been in there recently rebuilt.
Yep, I'll go over there. And as I walk by, I'll be like, "You're not going to try to take that statue with you, are you? Don't think you have a sack big enough." As I walk by.
We go, don't underestimate him. And I keep walking over toward.
Do I need to do like a climb check or anything?
No, you can climb as that, I'm sure.
Okay.
So as the party starts to get to the other building, you're getting to the top, and you put the symbol of Rel on there. And when you do, you hear a ferocious growling sound. And you look, everybody turns probably to look. And standing about halfway between the entryway and the statue in the center is a large black bear. It's raised up on its hind legs, and it is going to charge you. Kassan, what are you planning on doing as you're halfway up the statue?
Continue to climb.
Okay. What about the rest of the people here? You can see this bear. It looks like it's going to come charging at.
How far away is it?
From you, 60 feet maybe. From Kassan, about 20.
Just pull my warhammer and I guess start making my way that direction. I'm gonna look over at Brighild and I say, I'd like to point out that I'm not being the dumb one this time.
What'd you say, Rush? You're real soft spoken for me. I can't.
I was leaning back. I pulled out my warhammer and like start to work myself up to a trot to get over there. And I look over toward Brighild and I say, I would just like to point out that I'm not the one being a fool this time.
Yes, and I'm going to let the fool get himself out of this one.
So you're going to charge the bear?
I'm not sure that I'm going to charge the bear. I'm going to sort of start trotting toward the bear and wait and see what Uhtred does because
Okay.
I ain't charging if Uhtred's not charging.
Okay. So what's Uhtred doing then?
Uhtred's thinking back to a time a few months ago, thinking to himself, when I needed help, what did these people do? He's gonna lean against the wall of building 3 for the time being.
Okay.
I'm going to draw my sword, but I'm not going to move towards the bear yet.
All right. How about Brighild?
Bricky's going to turn back around to the door on number 3 and start to open it.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Go ahead and roll initiative there, Crystal, because it's you against the bear at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 6. Oh, God.
Oh, great. I got a 3.
Okay. Oh, wow. Bears are fast. It's going to be able to get to you, actually. And, you will learn this today. If you don't know this as a person, maybe your character will also learn it. Black bears are excellent climbers.
Oh, every bear is an excellent climber, except for maybe
Because they're small. This thing's going to climb right up after you. It's going to try to pull you off the.
bears are great climbers.
Luckily, they're the least dangerous of the bears. So I'm going to say, so you're climbing up. So you're about 10 feet off the ground. So you're not too far up. So meaning like if you want to, if you fall or something, because the statue itself is only 15 feet tall. All right. So here we go. Black bear.
Black bears are
Claw bite. Claw. 15. Let's see what your AC.
Black bears.
What's your AC again, Kassan? No shield, clearly. I mean, if I was me, I'd say no dex. Yeah, I think I'm going to say no dex because no, you can dodge. Your AC 5 is fine. Right, so
no dex will be AC 7 then.
No, he said
No, I'll give you a dex. You can swing your feet around and stuff. At least the first time. When it gets up on the statue with you, then
swing around the statue like a stripper pole.
yeah, exactly. You're going up. Oh man. Oh, this is unfortunate. Holy crap! It hit you all 3 times.
All right.
Now, let me just check something.
Oh, it's good knowing you guys.
Yeah, this is actually going to be bad. You guys are probably going to have to help Kassan.
Yeah, we couldn't have
all
anyway.
right. So D3 for the first claw. 3. No, 3, which means it's a 2. 1 for the second claw, so 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And then the bite does a D6. Oh, 6. That's probably not good.
9
But
points
because it hit you with both, what's that?
Is it 9 total?
9 total. Well, it's going to do more damage though, because it's hugging you. Because if it hits you with both, it hug you for D4, 2D4 more. 2.
You can give
3
it a
more.
bear- you can give it a bear hug whilst climbing.
Well, what it did was, okay, so this is what's going down. This thing climbs up, it bites your leg. You kind of like start to fall back. It reaches up with both claws and digs them into you and wraps around, and it falls backwards with you onto the ground. And it's hugging you currently, and you take 12 points of damage total.
All right. I'm at -2.
Okay, you don't even hear Kassan screaming anymore.
Oh boy.
What does everybody want to do?
Was the bear turning to us?
No, it's enjoying its play toy.
So I'm gonna run up on the bear since I'm almost there anyway, and I'm just gonna be like, "Ah, get him out of here!" like that. And I'm gonna stand up like this, like a bear, and I'm just gonna, with my big beard, and I'm just gonna be like, "Ah!" trying to scare and make him leave him alone.
Get on a tree stump.
Yeah, you're gonna try to scare the bear. Okay. What everybody else? What's everybody else's plan?
Well, I can't let it eat Kassan, so I'll go up to and with my sword out, and I'll, try to go up towards the bear.
Okay. All
Uhtred,
right.
Uhtred not wanting Altan to die will decide to ramble or into battle, I guess, with Pinesta.
Okay. Breakhill, you still going inside the building?
She already said she was opening that door, so I would think
Yeah.
she'd open the door while all that was happening and be caught off by that. So yeah, I mean, she's just gonna
Okay.
open the door and look in at least.
All right, let me tell you what's in the door before you make a decision, I guess, because you definitely would have seen that. Let's see, number 3. Okay, make a d6 roll to see if you're surprised by the thing that's in here. I mean, I know you're ready for it, but it was
6.
okay. You're not surprised. You see a very, very large, not a giant, but a large Wolverine. I don't know if you know what a Wolverine is, but you know what a Wolverine is. Yeah, there's a Wolverine in here, and it's it's basically like a very this is not it's not a giant Wolverine, thankfully. It's just a very big one. It's a stocky, short-legged,
Wolverines are
carnivorous mammal known for dark. Yeah, it's basically it's what Wolverine is.
Yeah.
It's an X-Man. It's basically an X-Man, and it's coming at you. I don't know how big.
All
Yeah.
Most of the Wolverines
Yeah,
I've seen are like raccoon size.
Yeah, well, this is a big one because it's a Hyperborean one. Typically, Wolverines and Hyperborea are about 4 feet long and weigh as much as 70
Wow.
pounds.
That's a
Yeah.
big Wolverine.
Yeah,
Holy
it's a
crap.
big. Yeah, it's like. It goes like this. It goes, "Hey, bub."
So like I said, if you throw a couple of Hyperborea,
Yeah, so you see a Wolverine, and it is viciously going to come at you. So let's roll initiative to see what happens in the world.
Oh my gosh.
Would you like to roll there, Kassan, since your life's on the line?
It's a Michigan Wolverine.
Y'all
Now I
still-
got that song in my head.
Can y'all still hear me, by the way?
Yep.
Real soft spoken.
Camera's kind of high too.
A 5 as well.
4.
Okay. They're all going first. Let me roll for the bear first.
Low.
Yeah, I have a feeling your mic's not working, Rush, because you sound very like echoey as well. So you might not have it like functioning through the. You might be using like the computer's mic.
Well, your camera's looking at your forehead as well.
Yeah.
Well, he's trying to fix stuff.
That's because if I get too far back, y'all can't hear shit.
All right, here we go. The bear is going to stick around. Roll the 6. Black bear. No, it's okay. Yeah, since it hasn't been charged yet, the bear's staying. All right, you are basically prone.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. Kill me. I kind of deserve it.
Your defense. Oh no, actually, you're defenseless, so it's an auto hit. It's going to it's hugging you. I don't think a bear would eat you on the spot. It's actually going to try to drag you away. I think makes more sense. But you are going to take damage while it drags you. You're going to take bite damage because it's going to just bite you and try to drag you away. Oof, 6.
Yep. I mean,
Ooh.
you know, I did kind of piss off a god, so
Yeah. Did that put
I
you
kind
at
of brought it upon myself.
You did actually, and it just happened to concur exactly when I rolled a wandering monster. So it was like, oh, that's
Well,
the
I
god of
mean,
John.
duh,
What are you
it
at?
was Apollo. I mean,
-8?
yeah,
Oh.
-8, yeah.
All right, so you're not dead yet. You'll be dead in a round if the party doesn't save you this round. Unfortunately, the Wolverine also gets to go first, and it's jumping after he killed.
Oh,
Yeah, I
no.
rolled a 2 for initiative on mine.
Okay. Okay, Wolverine just gets one attack, I think. Oh no, it gets claw bite as well. Oof. Oof. Oh my god. The Wolverine crits on the claw.
My God.
Second claw misses, which is good because I think it does the same thing. You never want both claws to hit. And I'm pretty sure the bite hits with 18. Let me just check it though.
Yep, I'm
Killed
AC
is-
4, so
Oh yeah, that definitely hits you. Oof. All right, D4. Oh, let me check the crit first. Ooh, 6. 6 for monsters is, oh god, triple damage. Holy crap! I was rolling so low before. That's how the dice swing. 6 points on the claw.
all right.
Well, you guys are associated with Kasan, so Apollo's like, take no prisoners.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the bite also hits you, and that is another 5 points.
All right.
Also, just so we don't forget, it has an offensive odor, so make a death poison save.
Offensive
That is a
odor.
fail.
Okay, so you'll be -2 on your 2 hits while you're fighting it because it's nasty smelling. You're on your own right now too because the rest of the party just ran towards the bear. All right, I'm just gonna do you first because you're right here, Brickhill. So go ahead and make your attack
Yeah, she's going to.
or whatever you want to do.
This thing is tremendously hurt her on its first attack, so she's just going to use her shocking grasp through her end of her spear on it. And that will be, let's see, 5 points of damage to it.
Oh, nice. Okay. It does not kill it, unfortunately, but it does jerk back. The Wolverine is 5 points. You said right?
Yep, 5 points.
Okay. Yep. And let me do the bear. The bear. I gotta roll his hit points. Oh, it does already have its hit points. Probably does. Okay, so go ahead. Well, because Han's out. Go ahead, Panesta, and do what you're doing.
Bleed,
So-
Everybody's meleeing, right? Yes. So
I
Yeah.
bleed, right?
what's that? You won't bleed till next round.
Yeah, I'll swing at it. The bear.
Okay.
Armor class 0.
That hits. Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
bear.
5 points of damage.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. It screams out in pain. Uhtred.
You're all muted, sir.
AC 7.
That hits.
Only 5 points of damage.
And we needed that Uhtred massive damage attack there. Oltan, it's on you. Are you just scaring it still, or are you going to attack because?
I was hoping to they would knock him, make him drop him, so I could drop a healing spell on him. But
Oh, I mean, you can still do that.
I guess I could. I could just run up and just like slide and touch him as I go by to keep him from dying next turn. That should work, right?
Yeah, if you just have to touch him, you just run up and touch him.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up and
fast.
I'm gonna run up and touch him.
Okay. I'm sure Kassan would appreciate that.
Yeah, I used my moderate already, so I'm going to use my cure light. 4. Is it +1 or just straight die? It's +1, isn't it?
1d8. Just 1d8.
Straight D8.
Just 1d8. Okay, in that case, it's 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Nice. So you're what? Negative.
-4.
You're still -4, so you're still bleeding up, but you're not going to. Well, you're likely not going to die.
You're better
Uh,
off.
You're better off than you were, that's for sure.
No, I'm sorry.
And-
-2. 6 points.
Yes.
Yeah, you were
So
negative
negative.
8. You got, okay,
Yeah,
you're
negative
-2, so
2.
you're not bleeding out. Okay, good. So that you are not bleeding out anymore, so you won't take damage automatically next round. Speaking of next round, well, Kassan, you're unfortunately unconscious. Brickfield, you've got this Wolverine in front of you. That hurt it, but it's still very much alive and fighting. So
Yep,
what is
she's gonna try to spirit again with her shocking grasp.
okay. This time, because it's a spell, remember that if it hits you first, you'll lose a spell. I didn't do that last time because I didn't ask you what you were doing. So just keep that in mind. You only need to make that save, which I can't remember what it is. So look that up if you don't mind. Pinesta.
Okay.
Yeah, I forget what it is and how to do. I will have to make a note of that.
Melee again.
Okay. Uhtred
Melee.
and Old Time.
I'm going to try to melee the bear.
Okay, so Crystal, go ahead and roll initiative 2 for the bear / Wolverine.
Oh, 6.
Okay. Oh, so you didn't lose Brickhill, so you don't have to worry about if I can find that rule. I should probably put it in my notes. Go ahead, Brickhill. You can do your thing.
Yeah, she's just gonna use her shocking grasp to her spear tip again, and this time it will take 7 points.
Oh, nice. All right, yeah. It's very, very hurt now. I will check its morale in a second. Pinesta.
All right, I'll swing at the bear again. Try to get it away from Kassan here. Oh, yeah. It's a 19 on the dice, so it hits like -2. Yeah. Oop, wrong thing. Roll a d20 for damage. That's not right.
Wrong game.
9 damage.
9 damage. Kills the bear. The bear drops. And you probably all hear the sound of combat. Maybe you turn and you see the Brickhill some 50, 60 feet away from you is in combat at the doorway. You could probably, if you want to turn and go, you could probably do that because you guys, but the Wolverine's going to get to go first. So
Real quick, because I'm sorry, I'm still the only one in the house. I have to take the puppy back out. If the two of them are going to run over there, I'm going to stay with Kassan real quick since he's unconscious. Cast one more Cure Light on him.
Okay.
Try and bring him up.
That's good. You can go first.
So,
Panessa already went, so it's really up to Uhtred if.
okay, so
Yeah,
I healed.
go ahead and roll a rush. Sorry.
I healed for 7.
All right, 7 points to you, Kassan.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm not making the healing spells not work because I'm not.
Yeah.
Uhtred, did you? Hold on a second. Uhtred, did you want to charge to help Brickhill? You could just get there.
I'm not gonna charge, but I'll head that way.
Okay, well then you won't be able to do anything this round. Okay, so next round, Brickhill. No, actually the Wolverine hasn't gone yet, so the Wolverine gets to go. Okay, so first attack with the claw, misses. Claw 16 is going to hit, and bite is going to hit as well. So claw. Huh, where's my Wolverine? I just had you. It was a D4 if I'm not mistaken. 1 point from the claw.
All right.
I think it's a D4 for, yeah, and then a D6 for the bite. And, oh, my God, 1 point for the bite. Wow, that was the most mild, probably because she's shocked and it's probably afraid to attack you. Oh, actually, well, it doesn't matter. It hit both times, but it only does 2 points of damage, which I'm assuming doesn't take you down.
She's close, but she's still up.
Yeah, okay, good. So entering into the next round, what's your plan, Brickhill?
Oh, she's not going to bite down. She'll try to spirit again.
Okay, what about Pinesta? You can see that Brickhill's fighting.
Yep, I'll go over there. If Voltan's staying with Kassan, I'll go over to help.
Okay.
Brickhill. Yep.
Uhtred, are you going to get over there to attack this round?
I will go as well. Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to say, because you just opened the door and it got initiative on you, so you're probably outside the door, so I'll give everybody the ability to come around the sides and attack this thing if you guys want to. But we will roll initiative. Crystal, go ahead and roll.
All right.
1.
Also a 1.
What's your dex?
17.
Oh my God. You have the same decks. Let's see.
Where do you want my deck since it's attacking me? I mean,
No, just whoever rolls initiative is how you do it. There is something you're supposed to do if they're both the decks and that, so it's simultaneous. So basically, it's going to get an attack, even if you guys kill it. That's just how that's going to work. So, yeah, unless you have an 18 dex, but I don't think you do, right? So
no, mine's way less.
yeah. Now it's person rolling, so I don't want to, so it's simultaneous. I'll let you all go first, but even if this thing lives, it's going to get to attack.
Yep, I'll try to spirit.
Yeah.
17 on a die. I know that's going to hit.
Yeah, that should hit. Its AC is 5.
Damage will be 6.
That kills it. Yeah.
Phew.
So as the others are moving up, you jam into this. So let's see if it's one of those things where you both take each other down just as the other ones arrive.
Yeah,
So
it
let's
probably
see.
will if it hits me one.
Yeah, claw hit. Claw misses. Bite misses. So just a D4. Let's see.
Oh, that one again.
You cursed me. I rolled a 1.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Wow. Okay. Are you still up to that? Actually.
I'm down to 2 now. 2 HP.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. That D4, like it rolled like 2 or 3 ones in a row. But before that, it was rolling 4s every time. So.
Did you kill it already?
Yeah, as the other two run, as Uhtred and Podesta run up, you see Brighild jamming her spear through this very large Wolverine, and you can just smell the stink coming off of it. Maybe cough a little bit. Actually, you can both make saves since you're coming up to it. Poison save. Brighild, I'm sorry, Uhtred and Podesta.
Poison save?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, grab my sheet. There we go. Yep, 16.
Okay. Yeah, if you make it, then you're not minus. You're basically just if you fail, then you're -2 when you're near this thing because it's just you can't deal with it. But as you look at his face,
Are the boars still at the well?
what do the boars do? They're eating. Everybody left Kassan. They're eating them. The boars ran when all this fighting started happening. Yeah, thankfully. Yeah. Yeah. So there's currently Kassan, I guess, waking up. You're above 0, right? So the magical healing brings you up. And I guess next to you is Oltan, and over by Brighild, who's quite seriously injured, is Prenesta and Uhtred, and you guys can see this room. This building is basically well, I mean, you saw it on the map. I'll show you. It's basically a big empty space. And there are stairs, and they a set of stairs that I guess are part of a tower, and they are going down. So there's like a tower there, but it goes up, probably to another floor that's since now been trashed and like collapsed in. But there is a set of stairs going down into the darkness.
Where's Kassan at on the map?
Kassan?
Yeah.
You're probably like where 4 is. You're between. The bear just started to drag you, so you're between 4 and the gate. So maybe like closer to 4 than you are the gate.
All right. All right. Well, if Kassan sees that Brighild is injured, then he'll limp over to her, and he'll call down the blessings of Rel to heal her. I assume that Oltan is all out by now. And 8, you'll get 8 hit points back, Brighild.
She looks at you as blood's pouring out from all these wounds, and she just goes, maybe you've learned your lesson now, and maybe I have too.
For sure. And then what Kassan wants to do, he doesn't like before they get down the stairs, what they decide to do. Kassan's going to take that bear. He's going to drag it over to the statue. He's going to take his dagger, and he's going to gut it, and he's going to like offer tidings to Apollo and say, I am so sorry. You're right. That was really rude of me.
Is your strength 18 to pull a black bear?
Yeah, pulling a bear.
I mean, he'll ask Uton to help him if nothing else. I know at least Uton will know the importance of
Those black bears aren't really all that big. to be honest. Unless the Hyperborea is different.
They can weigh several hundred pounds, though. I think.
I didn't say one. Normal man ain't gonna be able to pull a black bear that far. But anyway,
Yeah.
Maybe a Texas black bear.
maybe not a Texas one.
So just, I mean, based on the book and whether or not this is realistic or not, the 500 pounds is the average. So yeah, it's not going to be easy to drag out.
That's about right. Yep.
Yeah. So if some people will help him drag that black bear over, he'll gut it and put the guts on the altar and make apologies to Apollo for being a dick.
Okay. You can do that. So that takes a little bit, and you do. I guess you know. I don't know if you guys are. I guess I'm assuming you're waiting. The party's not going to move deeper into the space without everybody. I'm guessing. So you all wait while this is happening.
Can we check out number 9 or the shrine while they're doing that?
Sure. Of course, you could do anything you like. Who is we?
Well, me, Vanessa.
Brickhill to go with her.
Okay. Yeah, so while the clerics are doing their clericy things. All right, so this is the Fane. Here lies the ruined Fane of Apollo, where blah, blah, blah. So it's very old, as you know. So you can definitely tell, probably, you know, Pinesta for sure, that this is, I mean, sure, people still worship Apollo, but this is quite old. Like, this is like definitely Hyperborean, pre-Green Death, like old.
Right.
You see that it's in ruin. The slate tiled roof is sagging over scattered piles of broken masonry. You can see, because it is daytime, that, well, let's see if you see them or not. Go ahead and, yeah, they don't surprise you. So you see them. Let me see if you surprise them, because they might go crazy. Oh, you do actually. They don't even move because you guys walk up and you notice that they're fully in their resting mode. You see 4 very, very, I'll use the word giant. So they're not very giant. They're very, very large. They're giant bats. They're just hanging in there. Looks like this is their home. You can see, you can smell and see, you know, the bat guano all over the ground. So it's clearly their home.
Okay.
Let's see. There's a spiral stair. Is there? Yeah, there's a spiral stair that goes down into the depths, and that's all you see up here. So basically, you know, I mean, if you've ever seen a Fane of Apollo, it's basically columns. You know, it's pretty much an open space. With the tiled roof that's collapsed down. So what you're looking at is basically a largish. It's like a maybe 40 foot deep by about 25 foot wide, kind of nice marble platform with columns, and then the columns held up a roof of a slate, which is mostly collapsed. And as you're kind of looking into it, you see, you know, these giant bats just dangling there. And you can see that if you go past them, of course, or around them, I guess, there's a set of stairs in the back that seem to go down.
But no people.
You don't see any people, no. Oh, and there's 5 people standing there. No.
Right, yeah. God, no, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I don't think I want to disturb giant bats right now, considering how low everybody is. I'm not going to go in, but I will go back and tell people there's another staircase, and I don't know if eventually the 2 staircases meet, if there's like an underground system. It certainly appears to be that way.
I'll also take a moment, Tam will take a moment to kind of remind everyone too that he'll look at him and say, my friends, you should know that my blessings from Yunde are about spent. I am not sure he will grant me the power to heal any of you again this night or this day. So keep that in mind.
The ways of Rel have also seemed to pass as far as his blessings of the health. Hey, Daniel, out of character, should I make a bludgeoning save for my eggs?
Oh, that's right. Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, okay. Once for the bear attacking you. So
Roll a d20 or what?
Yeah, make a
This
D20.
is like that high school protect the egg thing.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5, so I'm gonna guess that fails. I don't know.
Yeah, probably below crushing would be 2, and I don't see egg here, but we do have glass, which would probably be the
Close
closest.
enough.
Well, actually, crystal would be even very weaker. No, actually, glass is a worse save. Cloth wool is an easy save. Bone ivory, yeah, I would say it's probably glass. Yeah, no, the first claw that hit you, the eggs went. Maybe that's all the bear wanted.
Yeah, maybe.
Eggs aren't tasty.
Can smell the eggs. Yep.
There's been times I'd kill a man for an egg.
I was in prison for 12 years for.
Stealing an
Maybe.
egg.
You never know, right? Okay, let me just quickly check this, see what's going on. So yeah, you guys are right. So you've seen 2 separate sets of stairs that seem to go down.
But there's giant bats in with those stairs. Just to warn you guys.
There's giant bats in there. Yeah, exactly.
I think there's still a tower or something. Like I think it was number 5 that we haven't checked out yet.
Yeah, indeed there was. Yeah.
What time
And
of day is it?
also, the Daniel V. Wolverine building, was it?
Yeah.
Was he like had a cage in there or something, or was he just wandering around, in the open
Nope.
of it room?
He was just wandering around, and you
Okay.
actually, if you check the building out, you can see that it you can see that it's got like a little a nest kind of in the corner, and you see various piles of bones and stuff from what it's been eating.
Okay.
Yeah, but what you don't see, which is maybe what you're asking, you don't see, except for the stairs, you don't really see a way that the Wolverine could get in and out of this place with the door closed.
Except maybe the stairway that's being guarded by bats.
Yeah, I mean, Brickhill's thinking that maybe the Wolverine room, if this crazed man is living underground somewhere and the Wolverine's his guard.
So we just killed all of Dr. Doolittle's creatures.
What in the-
Part of me wishes we could rest and have a go at this in the morning, but I don't know if that's a possibility.
I think it's only afternoon right now.
Yeah, but
Did you take that arrow up?
Brighild has only got 2 hit points left.
No, I'm Crystal healed me back down. I'm only down 6 now. She got me back to 10.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kassan had one more Carolina one
Gotcha.
left.
Okay, all right.
Well, let's go check out that other building then, the temple we haven't actually checked out yet. Maybe
Yeah.
there's something in there that'd be good for us.
There's giant bats.
That's where we just went.
I'm sorry. I thought you were. I'm sorry. I thought you went down the stairs a little bit.
No, I went and checked out the temple. There's giant bats in a staircase.
Well, let's go. Building number 3. You said there were stairs. Let's go down the stairs over there.
Yeah, insofar as like places where you haven't been that you can see clearly on this map, you haven't been to 5, and of course you haven't been to the well, but it's pretty clearly a well. 5 is a tower that's mostly knocked down. You could dig through it if you want to try to find another way down, but there's no obvious way in. Like there's no door or whatever. You'd have to like kind of move some of the boulders aside to see what's in there.
Kassan will go over to the well. He'll listen down and see if he can hear any running water.
Okay. No, you don't hear any water down there.
Kassan's gonna light up a torch, and he's gonna like drop it down the well and like kind of count and see how like deep it goes.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely do that. So you light up the torch, and you drop it down. You can see as the torch falls, that the well itself is kind of, it's a stone well going down. It's got a lot of like vines and creepers kind of busted through it, and kind of, you can see roots coming into it, and and not ivy because that needs sun to grow, but like vines kind of crawling up it. Mostly roots, probably from some of the trees that are around. It doesn't go very far. It's like maybe 30 feet deep. You can actually see it drops down. You can see the torch at the bottom. It's dry down there. Since the torch is burning, you can actually see that the well drops down straight down, and then there's actually part of it is like either collapsed or dug out or something like this. Basically, I don't want to call it a passage. There's like an area that's maybe big enough that you could crawl through. Maybe that's where the water comes from or something, but it's like off to the side. So there is something interesting down there, but you can't tell from this far away what it is.
This well is dry, and there seems to maybe be a cavern at the bottom of some type. It only goes down about 30 feet. With a coil of rope, we could get down there easily enough.
You see that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I immediately picked up my phone.
Oh no, that went live on YouTube too. That phone number.
Well,
Yeah,
my new computer said it would interface with my Android, and I saw that popped up. And I'm like, did it already interface? Who the hell's calling me? I'm looking at my own phone.
Yeah, no, it was an unknown number, so it's probably
Yeah. That was
so
great.
whatever that spammer can get there. You can go ahead and call them if you're watching this video.
Nice.
Vanessa, I think you had the best idea. We should go down the stairs in building 3.
We can do that. I think we should. I don't, like I said, I don't want to try to go under the bats right now. I just don't feel confident with them.
I am for whatever you all want to do.
But if you want to go down the well, Kasan,
Let him go if he wants to climb a rope down
No,
there
no,
and
no.
take the hard way.
I was only curious what was down there. No, if we're gonna go down the stairs, it's fine.
You see what curiosity has done to you already.
Yes. Ultan would laugh and say, if we're going to check the well, we should check it perhaps later and all together.
Yes, being together makes a big difference, I would say.
maybe it's all
Pretty
connected. Maybe we'll be able to find something when we go down the stairs. Connected.
Okay, so you want to go to that large building where the Wolverine was and take those stairs down is what you're thinking?
I think that's our next step.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we've got time. All right. So sure. Yeah, it is dark, so you will need a torch.
When they see how dark it is, Brickheel turns back and looks at the group and says, "There's things I've been studying in the book that you see me read quite often, and you should let me go first. You will need a light source that I will not need for right now, but do not get close enough to me to block what I can see." And you see her eyes turn just darker blue, these more piercing blue eyes than what they are normally. And I'm casting infrared vision on myself.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And to give it for 5 hours for 60 feet. It's on page 187 if you need to read it.
Oh, yeah, I want to look at it.
So
I saw that and I was like, oh, what a cool spell.
Yeah, I rolled random, so that's what I got.
I would
Go ahead.
I would pat Briggold on the back one time and gently and say, "That is impressive sorcery, but I have a question for you. If I were to light behind you, would it?" And I wave my hands in front of myself. Would it disturb the sorcery that you've cast upon yourself?
As long as you do not stay in close proximity to me and be a hindrance.
Yeah, you need to be like maybe 10 feet behind minimum with the torch, meaning that like your torch light goes 30 feet.
Well, I also have a light spell. So it's dim.
Everybody's trying to show off.
Well, not really so off, but it's easier than trying to hold a torch. If I cast a light spell, I don't
Yeah,
have to.
actually, a light spell will not affect it, I don't think.
But this way I can still hold my weapon and my shield and still cast the light.
Well, and
Yeah.
the rest of us will be able to fight with extra light as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it won't affect the infrared vision because it's not a heat source. So yes, you can absolutely cast the light spell.
All right. So
And then effectively, if you're in a group, then you'll be able to see, I guess, additionally another 30 feet in front, How wide is the light spell? 30 feet?
I want to say yes.
So let's check.
Actually, I have it written down. Hold on.
Brickhill does the early warning system.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Light.
Yep, 30 feet.
Yeah, 30
Okay.
feet.
All right, well, that's easy enough. So yeah, you can see basically ahead of the party.
Okay.
And it will not affect you at all because it's not heat.
Yeah, and she'll stay, like you said, at good 10 or 15 feet ahead of them, or 20, just to.
Yeah. Well, that will help with the surprising of things as well, right? Because obviously the light's going to be obvious. If there's something to surprise. I'm not
I'm
saying
going to
anything
cast it
now.
on my holy symbol so I can put it inside my shirt if we need to.
Oh, nice. I mean, that's the only good place to cast a light spell, really. The holy
Of
symbol
course.
seems appropriate.
So that all can see the power of Yunde.
Excellent. All right, yeah. So you work your way down the stairs. So slightly ahead of the group. So it's a spiral staircase. So essentially, being that you guys are going to stay back a bit, Brigil goes down and kind of goes around the corner, and then maybe you start to follow her. So you will see this first, Brigil.
So if Oltan's light is hanging from his chest, if we're walking behind him, can we see his skeleton?
Not that bright.
If you do see that, that'll be wrong.
Nor am I that thin.
Okay, let's see.
Gotta run away from the.
Okay, I'm just looking at this. Okay, so when you come down, you're looking into a room that is approximately, hold on, let me just screenshot this map for myself so I don't keep going back.
I heard Panesta say she was running away already.
What? I'm not.
Vanessa's like, I'm on 4th level, I don't want to die. Kill me.
He keeps ripping it in. Aren't you 4th level yet? I'm like, no, I have 2,500 more points to go.
Should have wrote your diaries, babies.
Those songs help.
That's just not something I would do very well.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody. So, okay, yeah, so this room is, as you're coming down into it, it's about, square 10 feet, I guess. Yeah, it's about, no, it's 5 feet. About 15 feet by about 25-ish, roughly. The one of the corners, basically the direct opposite corner. So you're coming in at one corner of the room, basically the south, I'll call it southeast corner. Would be the northwest. So basically the opposite side of the room you can see is collapsed. Let's see. Blah, blah. Everybody, actually, before we go down here, just everybody roll a d6. So I have that number. So I have it. So we do it.
One.
Son of a biscuit.
Okay.
4.
Okay.
Uhtred got 2.
Excellent.
Also 4.
Nice. Voltaire.
I got a 1.
Excellent. Okay, so give me a quick marching order as well. So obviously Brigill's first.
I'll go in the middle so I can
No.
cast the light for everybody.
Okay, so who's right behind Brigill?
I will be, I guess.
Uhtred, and then so the middle would be then Altan.
Sure.
And then who's next? Panesta or
Kazan will pull up the rear because he has his bow that he usually uses.
Okay. Panesta there behind Ultan.
Okay, and sorry, so Panesta got a 4, and so did Kasan and Ultra. Okay, good. Perfect. Oh, actually, works out good. All right, so you come down. You're looking into this room. Essentially, you see one besides the crumbled out, collapsed corner that I guess you could probably take a shovel and dig your way out. You do see there's a hallway on that side. So basically, you're looking into this room and you see you come in and you see over here all this crumbled, rubble. And then just off to the side of it, basically, if you follow the same wall that you came down through, there's a passageway that's partially blocked, but you certainly could walk through it. And you can see 60 feet. So you can actually see that it goes only about, you go past the rubble about 10 feet max, and then it turns basically. So it's kind of like a hallway.
Yeah, she'll go to
Otherwise,
the beginning of it, and wait for the rest of them to actually see that, she's continuing that way.
okay, perfect. Yes, you come to that, and you can kind of, when you get there, you can kind of look, and you see the hallway goes down. You basically make a left. You see the hallway goes down to the left about 20 or so feet, and then cuts to the makes like another half left. So if you were to follow it, but right before it does that, there's a door on the right hand side of the hall.
She'll
So
go to
basically-
the door, just right by the door, and wait, and hopefully, knowing that either Kassan or Vanessa are, pretty good at listening at doors.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so you come down. It's this door also looks like it's been recently repaired. When you get to the door, because you're right at that corner where the door is here on your right hand side, and the hallway turns, you can actually see down the hallway. You can see 60 feet. Wow, that's a really good spell. The hallway is exactly 60 feet long. So just at the very end of the hallway, you see another door, which is closed. I mean, obviously you're underground, so you're just seeing like there's roots coming through the walls and stuff, and you're getting like areas of vague darks and lights. So it's not like perfectly clear, but you can tell there's a door down there because you can see it's a different shade than the walls, different shade of gray.
Yeah, and she'll motion, or whisper to Vanessa and Kassan if one of them can listen to that first door, and she'll move on up to keep an eye on that second doorway.
Okay, so before you do that, you get to that door. Everybody kind of piles into this room at the bottom, but both Panesta and Kassan, when you get to the bottom of the stairs, maybe you guys get to the bottom and you're in this room and you're like, well, clearly she must have went that way because that's the only way to go. Ultan kind of turns and his holy symbol now shines a little bit brighter in the direction you came from. And both Podesta and Kassan notice that on the stair you just came down, there's like 3 stairs up, there's like a lot of like scratching. And it's not scratching like on the tops of the stairs, like you might imagine. It's like the front of the stair, like scratched like this.
So
Whoa. 1 second.
It was in that bag.
I think there might be a trap door.
Yes, indeed. Do you mind if I take a look here, Panesta?
I don't mind. But do we stop? Can we stop the rest of them?
Yeah,
well,
Kassan said, whoa.
You're going to need Ultan's light, and Brigild's not with you right now because she went around the corner and is gone. So just so you know, she's by herself.
Then, okay, well, go ahead.
I mean, do whatever you're going to do. I'm just saying that she's not there. So if you want to let her know this is going on, somebody's going to have to go forward and tell her.
Yeah, I mean, be like, stop Brickhill real quick.
Yep. Uhtred, can you tell Brickhill we found something else?
Oi! Stop!
Oh God.
Okay, Brigild,
Yes,
just
let everyone know we're here. Richard, that's fine.
Brigild, you hear Uhtred yell out to stop.
She just shakes her head and goes, "Damn Vikings."
I look over at Panesta and I go, he needs very specific instruction, apparently.
Apparently. Keep your light here for us, because I think we found a trap door. Go ahead, Kassan.
So I lean forward with my symbol and just kind of hold it out from my chest so that try and cast as much light for him as I can.
I have a 3 and 6 for discern secret doors, Daniel.
Okay. Well, you can see this is a secret door. Yeah, just by looking. I mean, now that you know it's there, you.
So I thought I might need to do it to try and find the source to open it.
Yeah. I mean, since you're looking in the right spot, I'm just gonna say you can make it. I mean, it's a secret door. That's what I did the first roll for. So you might notice the signs of it. And once you know it's there, it's pretty easy to see. But stand by for a second. Brighild, roll a d6.
Number 1.
Oof. Maybe because Uhtred yelled, or you're kind of focusing the other direction, or whatever. You don't realize until it's too late that the door that you were waiting by opens, and standing there is, well, how should we describe this? A man. At least most of him is a man. He is covered in fur. His head looks to be the shape of a wolf. He's got tattered clothes on, and he's foaming at the mouth. And he looks at you and he says, "Someone killed my pet, and I smell it on you." You are actually surprised, unfortunately, but he's going to take time to, because he's a boss, so he has to take time to like talk shit. So I'm not going to count that. He's not going to attack you, but you will have to roll initiative next round once you tell me what you want to do.
Would I know by the way he's dressed and stuff, this is probably the guy we're looking for, by what they told Panesta? I mean,
I mean, you wouldn't really know. He's just in rags. I mean, he's wearing people's clothes for sure.
Well, Brigil was told that to try not to kill this guy, so she is going to use the overbear on page 248 and try to tackle him and pin him down and restrain him.
Wow, that is a badass move. All right, so let's roll initiative. So we're gonna wrestle the wolf. Oh, he got a 6.
I had another 1.
Oh,
3 1s in a row.
this is not Brigild's day.
Nope.
This is about
Well,
to
at
be
least
sad.
maybe now you'll have used them all up.
Well,
I may not get a chance to roll another one though.
yeah, he viciously comes at you with his claws. Let me just look before when he needs to hit you. Your AC is
Mine is 4, yeah.
AC 4. Okay, so no, that's okay. Misses with the claw. Oh, misses with the claw. Holy crap! Wow. Brigo might be the luckiest person that we've encountered lately. He swings at you just wildly. He's foaming at the mouth. And you just, maybe your warrior instincts kick in and you just are able to avoid him. And yeah, go ahead and overbear him. So that's an attack.
Yep,
Right.
attack, and he's allowed an avoidance saving throw to try to dodge it.
Yeah, you got him first, though, right?
And I'm going to be way off with a 6 on the die.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay, so yeah, you dive at him to overbear him, and he jumps back. So I'll say you both kind of go into the room, which is a square room. You can see it's probably where he's been staying. There's you don't have time to really check the whole room out. Plus, well, actually, I was going to say it's dark, but you can see. I'll just give you a quick, because you see it really quickly. This room it smells of ale. There's like broken casks on the ground. You see like a pile of bones, clearly, animal bones. You see them really quickly, of course. And that's probably all you can see really quickly. And you do see a door in here too on the other side, but you're probably otherwise occupied. As that's going on, guys, so you're about to pop open this secret door. You're all kind of gathered around it like, oh, there's a door here. And you hear like the sound of a wolf, like the most desperate, terrible sound of a wolf you've ever heard. And we'll go into the next round. So, Brickild, what do you want to do?
She's still going to try to tackle the guy.
All right.
Overbear him.
All right, nice.
5 for initiative.
Okay. What's everybody else doing though? Kassan? You hear screaming for clearly a beast.
I guess Kassan will come around the corner and leave that trap door there for a moment.
I was just going to charge towards where the combat's coming from.
I don't really want to I don't want to go into melee or anything, so I'm just kind of like checking around the corner,
Okay, so you're going to cautiously walk up to the corner. How about Vanessa?
Spell.
Okay, nice. Uhtred?
Uhtred will melee.
Are you going to charge forward? Yeah, you should be able to make it. How about Ulthan?
Net.
Same.
All right, so yeah, you guys are going to run forward. Yeah, because you've only got to go like about 20 feet. So that's a charge with your normal movements. You can actually get to the first part of the round. So if you do win initiative, you'll get to do it first part. You rolled a 5, right, Rachel?
Yep, I had a 5.
Oh my god, you got a 5 too. What's your dex?
12.
Okay, let's see what his dex is. His dex is 14. Okay, so he wins the initiative, unfortunately. So before anybody gets there, he's going to try to rip Brigild's throat out. Oof. Man, this white guy does not like to stay in my head. Ooh, all right, one claw's going to hit for sure. And the bite misses by 1. Oh, luckily. Because the bite's a lot worse, of course. The claw is only a D4. 1. Wow, this D4 likes you a lot.
Wow. Okay.
Barely scratches you with the claw. And just because they're moving, you'll go first. So you're gonna try to overbear him. Go for
Yep,
it.
she's gonna try to overbear him. Ooh, a 19 on the dice. So surely
Nice.
that
That'll
hits.
hit. Yeah, his AC is 5. So let me quickly look this up. He gets an avoidance save, right?
Yep, avoidance save.
He failed with a 5.
That pretty much means that he is considered prone and suffers a -4 AC and loses any shield or dex bonuses to AC.
Oh, nice. Okay, so he's down.
And he has to escape via test of strength.
Okay. All right. What page is that on again? I'm just going to have it open.
248.
Okay. Good. 248. What does it say in the... Oh, that's weird. Okay. Oh, I see where it is. It's under combat actions. I'm always trying to figure out where it is in the table of contents because I'm always screwed. Now I know where to find it. Okay, so he is overbeared as the other two run in. So actually he has a... he's prone, so he suffers -4 AC penalty. He doesn't have a shield or dex. Well, actually, he's got a 14 dex, so I think he probably does have a dex bonus. Let me just quickly check that. 14 dex. 14 dex is... No, he doesn't. Okay, so his AC is basically from his just from him being him. So you guys get, just to make life easier, just make an attack with +4. And we can do, I'm just going to do them in the order I have here if you guys don't mind. So that would be Uhtred and then Ultan.
Uhtred, being Viking, he will turn and kind of thinks he recognizes this creature. And he'll just kind of say, Ulfidnar! And he will charge and try and take a swing.
Okay.
And that will be... Do we get to add something to hit, or?
Yeah, +4, because he's got -4, so just make life easier.
So,
People don't like math.
AC 5.
AC 5, that hits. Yeah. Just barely.
So that's 7 damage.
Okay, what are you using?
My sword.
Your regular sword?
My bastard sword.
He's like, no, it's a bastard sword.
Well, that's the mastery he's got. So
No. What I meant regular, I meant like...
I really decided that a silvered sword probably wasn't really logical. So
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense, actually. I kind of, after I said it, I was like, my probably shouldn't. It's a weird thing, but I mean, it would just break eventually. Anyways, I believe that werewolves are, in fact, immune.
I knew you were going to say that. I had to try, though.
No, of course, and yeah, you wouldn't necessarily know that. I mean, you've kind of been told, but you harmed only by... So yeah, okay, yeah. So he is not... You cut into him deeply with this thing, and you just see, like, your sword hits him, and then you pull it off, and, like, it just immediately forms back around.
Well,
Like
I'm going to ask you this really quick. If he's a Viking, and would I know the Viking lore? I mean, as far as Ulfidnar go, I mean, so he would know actually that they're immune to the metal, to iron. But I had to try anyway.
Yeah, well, I guess you can probably consider yourself that now you know for sure. I mean, you might have been thinking it, but I would say that yes, you probably know enough to know that it.
I mean, I didn't know that's what it was, so
Right, exactly. Now you know. That's right. Now that you say it, I would say that as a Viking, you would probably be aware of werewolves. Yes, which means that you know that it would take silver or magic or something like that to hurt it.
Okay.
Yeah, or you can just wrestle it to death, which is pretty epic. I mean, Tony did choke out a guy with a belt, so this could be the next badass Tony move. Okay, so Ultan running forward with his silvered mace.
Oh yeah, that's right. My mace is coated in silver, isn't it?
It is.
I forgot about that.
I keep forgetting to have you roll though to see if it breaks because there is a rule there, but I forgot exactly what I said about it.
So are we supposed to? Were we given instructions that we don't want to kill this guy?
We don't know if this is the guy.
I don't know what you want to do. That's up to you.
Because I mean, I don't know, but I'm assuming that Ultan would have been told. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, so Panesta, did you tell Ultan not to kill him?
I told him not to kill Loden. Yeah, whether this guy's Loden or not, I don't know.
Yeah, you would have no way of knowing if this is Loden at this point. His clothes are in shreds.
But yes, I did say.
Can I like say something even if it's not my turn, like something short?
Yeah, of course.
Kassan wants to say like to Olton.
I will
like,
say though, before you say it, that you do not see the creature because both Brighild and the creature are in another room because you ran into the hallway to look down and they went into a room.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if it's relevant, something that you could see, then just know that before you say what you're gonna say. So go ahead.
No. That's nothing I wanted to say. He wants to say to Olton, like, Olton, I really need your help over here for a second. Because he thinks
Well,
he might know what's under the trap door at this point, or he's hoping
Right,
he
but
does.
you could do that, but Altan ran into the other room.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
you know,
All right.
whether or not Altan wants to
Never
stop, I mean, you can do that. You're yelling to him though, because he charged through to the other room. So Altan, you can stop and go back because you're being called, or you can run into this room and attack this creature. That's up to you.
They're gonna need the light more. Never mind.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my mace and I'm gonna like reverse it in my hands like this.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna step on the guy's shoulder and I'm gonna be like, "Are you the one they call Loden?"
Lug.
Whatever
Loden?
his name is. I thought you said
I'm not the
Loden.
one they call Lug.
No, I thought you said the name was Loden.
It's
No, it is
Loden.
Loden. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what I asked.
Oh, I thought you said Lug. I don't know why I
No,
thought I
I
heard.
said Loden. Are you the one
Okay.
they call Loden?
Do a test of charisma
Okay.
because he's frothing. So roll a d6.
Frothy and juicy. Test of charisma.
Yeah. So what's your charisma?
It's 12.
12. Okay. So you need a you got 2 and 6. So roll a d6, 1 or 2.
Actually, not a spot for me to write that down. No, I failed it.
Yeah, he seems to be a bit out of control. You know, you can tell he's in an animalistic state. It would take a lot to calm him down at this point.
Does that use up all my
He's
actions?
being told pretty. What's that?
Does that use up all my actions?
I mean, you can whack him if you want. He doesn't
Yeah, I'm gonna
react.
just kind of go boom, right on his head and try and
Yeah, because
Make him
essentially you
pay
can whack him on phase 2 because you know
Yeah.
it's like
I'm trying to make
You
him
got
pay
that.
attention. So I'm just gonna take my mace and I'm gonna be like bam like this.
all right. Yeah, so you get just add 4 to your die.
Add 4. Well,
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh well, then 20. So that definitely hits. Okay, so you critted. Excellent. Roll a d6.
That's the 8, you mean?
No, roll a d6 to see what the crit does.
Oh. 2.
2, and you are a cleric,
Mhm.
so plus 2 damage. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So add 2 to your
Plus
damage.
2 to okay. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
plus
Roll your damage normally, then add 2.
All right. Well, I rolled a 2, but I add those 2 plus my normal plus 1, which gives me a 5.
Nice.
It turns out to be a pretty
Okay.
good.
Yeah, you whack him with the silvered mace, and it burns. You can actually see the fur burn from where you hit him on his head, and it yelps in pain.
Now, do I have to roll for my mace?
Yeah, I forget what I said about that. Do you guys remember what I said?
I
It
do
was
not.
late when I made up that rule. I'm just gonna say that. I was gonna say I think it's only if you roll really low, right? Isn't that what I said? If it's a 1, 2, or 3, there's a chance of breaks.
Something like that, yeah.
Instant
That's
breaks.
what we're gonna say. That new rule. I just made it up. There we go. Yeah. So if you just keep that in mind.
All right.
Fantastic. So you swing and hit this thing, and it burns. It is actually overborne at this moment by Brighild. Kassan, you kind of like already run into this room, and you can hear combat going on. Yeah, let's decide what we're going to do next round before we roll initiative. So Kassan.
Kassan is going to start lighting up a torch of his own, and he's going to call to Pinesta and say, "I need the box."
Okay. I figure I know what's under or we suspect what's under there. I would hang out with Kassan and could I carry the box all this way
Oh
though?
yeah, you were supposed to do a spell. What spell did you do?
Oh, that's right.
You never
Well,
went,
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
need to do it anymore, probably.
Well, I mean, you did it. You did it before this next round starts. So what is
Yeah.
it?
I was gonna go invisible.
Oh, okay. Well, you're invisible.
I'll cast invisibility on myself.
Where the hell did Vanessa go? I need the box.
Yeah. So you're actually in the same room with Kazan because you cast the spell. Okay, sorry. So yes, you're invisible. You can give him the box, of course. Clearly, when you guys turn to come up. Brickhild, what are you gonna do? You're overbearing this creature.
I'm still trying to hold him down.
That's so awesome. How about well, we know what Vanessa's doing. She's giving him the box. Uhtred, what's your plan?
Yeah, sorry, he's muted again. I will grapple him.
Okay, so you're gonna jump onto to overbear him. Okay, good. That makes a
Jesus,
difference.
this guy's going nowhere.
And what about Ulten?
Melee.
Okay, you can whack it. Okay, so
Sort of.
Brickhild, go ahead and roll initiative. Ooh, he got a 6.
5.
All right, he got a 6. We've gone first now. Let's see. The target creature. Okay, overborn victim. An overborn victim can escape via test of strength or via extraordinary feat of strength, and multiple attackers are involved. Okay, so it's only one person now because you haven't gone yet, Uhtred. So he's going to make let me just roll this. Test of strength. Oh, he rolled a 1. All right. He bursts out of your grip, unfortunately, Brickhild.
All right.
But you can try to overbear him again if you want. And actually, let me just see this. Target creature. For every additional creature on the first and stay the same, target penalty minus 1 on a saving throw. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do is, since both you and Ultan are Uhtred are both trying to overbear him, you can both roll attacks, and if you both hit, I'll make the saving throw to -1. So go ahead and make your attacks. Then you don't get the +4 this time or whatever. So his AC is 5.
Roll a natural 1.
AC 2.
Okay, yeah. So you're overbearing him now, so he gets a save, which he fails. So now Uhtred's got him. Go ahead, Ultan. You get your +4 because of the overbearing.
All right, I'm not actually going to whack him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, since it burned, I'm going to take my mace and I'm just going to put it on his face and hold it there and see if the silver will burn him. I'm assuming I still have to roll to hit. Or is that a no?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not that he can't touch. It's just that, okay, that's fine. It's all flavor. I mean, you got to see.
And
Yeah,
doesn't know.
no, exactly. I didn't want to make it seem like if you just touch him with silver, he's going to die. Yeah, you have to still attack him, and
I'm not trying to kill him, but I figured if I touch him with the silver, it would be really uncomfortable.
yeah, exactly.
So with the +4, I got 15, which for me is going to hit AC 3.
That hits.
Okay, so I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna go.
Okay,
Like
you can
that.
do your regular damage. I'll say since you're only pushing it against him, I'm not going to give you a strength bonus. So just do the
Okay,
weapon
yeah,
damage.
'cause I'm really trying not to kill him.
Okay.
But I did 5 more points of damage, unfortunately.
You're not trying very hard not to kill him.
And I go, I start to get this like angry, and the Celt comes out in my voice, and I'm like, answer me. I was like, are you the man they call Loden?
All right, I'll give you another test of charisma for that.
Probably my charisma's not very good. I got a 4.
You're a low charisma cleric. Clerics have high charisma. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Wisdom is my game.
no, I know. I always feel like charisma. The charisma should be for clerics, but that's, of course, not how they. That's not the traditional way. Okay, so who has not gone?
I went with the rolls, man.
We're still
You
trying to
went-
get
you
under
went-
the door out here.
Yeah, so Panesta and Kusan. Yep, you guys are. You give. I guess you give him the box out of the
Yes.
air. You feel the box pushing against you.
Yeah, just like, oh crap!
Just take
I
it.
guess when you let go of it, yeah.
If it's the Amphora, just take the box.
Yeah, Kassan's just like, wait, but how did you? Fuck it, and he grabs the box and starts running back towards the stairs.
Yeah, I mean you're right near them. You can go and try to open that passage. I'll say between all that.
Real quick,
Yeah.
before he opens it, he wants to do a. Well, I don't know. It would probably take too much time. It'd take the whole time to try to do look for traps, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'll take your turn if you want to look for traps before you go through. That's totally fine.
Okay, yeah. So he's gonna try and do a look for traps. What is that on the thing? Manipulate traps. 4 and 12.
Hold on, bud.
Yeah, you spend a minute or whatever. You're checking for traps. You don't see anything.
Okay.
I mean, technically, it takes a turn, which means that it's several rounds of combat. So
That's what I'm. If it's several rounds of combat, I'm not going to worry about it. But if it's
okay, then okay, then I'll see that you didn't look. Then.
okay, all right. Well, then on my next turn, I'll try to open the thing.
Yeah, you can pull it open. I mean, it's pretty obvious once you knew what it was. Let's see. The step comes up and pushes in, and then a trapdoor falls open, and you can see that there is a tunnel. It's not like a perfectly hewn tunnel, man-made, but it's not natural either. Like, it's definitely a man-made tunnel, but it's not like made perfect. It is only about 3 feet wide, so you can certainly go through it, but it will not be. It'd be hard to fight in here for one thing, and also it's a little bit low, so you're probably like scrunched and kind of. It's like only about 5 feet tall if you want to go through it. With your torch, throwing smoke in it and everything, and looking down, you can see that it kind of winds and stuff, so you can't really see how deep it or long it is, but it's at least more than the length of light that your torch would throw, because it goes past around the corner.
Okay. Kassan's gonna pull a piece of chalk out of his pocket, and he's gonna make an arrow on the ground to show which way he went.
Okay, like on the stairs.
Yeah.
95, okay.
Okay, you can do all that. That's all going to take a while. That's like a couple of rounds.
Yeah,
all that stuff that you did between handing the box and doing the arrow and all that's like 2 rounds.
All right,
so while that's
fine.
going on, we'll cut back. Well, I mean, it's not like you have all this stuff out. So that's all the stuff you're going to do. That's fine. So back in the other room, though, what's everybody else doing? You got the werewolf pinned, more or less, Uhtred. Brighild, you got thrown back by it. Oltan's kind of torturing it with the silver and screaming at it. What's everybody's plan this round? How about Brighild?
I'm gonna try to jump on it again and help Uhtred to hold him down.
Okay. How about Uhtred? I'm assuming you're going to keep holding it.
Yeah, I'll continue to hold.
And what about Oltan?
Melee.
Okay. he's like, I'm just burning this thing.
Can I do something else? Or...
And what's Vanessa going to do? Yep, 100%.
Yeah, I heard him yelling about Loden, so I'm gonna be like, oh, Kassan, but I need to go back into that room, so I'm gonna head down towards the room where they are.
Okay. I mean, luckily he's making a path, so you'll know where you went. So that's very smart of Crystal.
Yes.
Okay.
At least we'll be able to find his body.
I'm trying to quickly see how long, because most of this stuff. Sorry, I'm just quickly looking at the rule here. It doesn't specifically say when he's out. I'm going to say that if he can't pass for 3 rounds in a row, then he's going to basically not be able to get out. That seems like a pretty standard thing. Okay, so all that's going on. So Vanessa, you're moving. You'll get there at the end of the round, basically. But I mean,
Right.
I'll let them all have their attacks first. So let's roll initiative. I think Brighild was rolling, right?
3.
You got 3. Oh my God, simultaneous. And he's got better.
Dex, yeah, his Dex is
Yeah.
better.
All right, so he's going to try to break out first. He needs to make a feat of strength, which he did not. So you get to go first. So Brighild.
I think that's going to hit. Let me make sure on my chart.
Yeah, I remember you got
Armor class 4.
Yeah, that hits. Okay, so you got him too.
Yep, I'll be holding him down.
And Uhtred's holding. You don't have to do anything, so you didn't break out. Oltan, go ahead and do your deal. Oltan, you're muted.
Sorry.
Yep, it's good.
Is it my turn?
It is 100% your turn. 2 of your friends are holding the werewolf down as it thrashes or tries to thrash. It's having trouble now.
So I'm going to do the same thing again. All right.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to speak when I do it. So with the +4, that gives me armor class of 5. Is that going to be enough to put it on his face?
Yeah, it's enough. Yep.
Okay.
Burning it.
Burning him. 4 points of damage.
4? Okay.
Yeah, and this time I'm going to shout at him in the Old Norse.
Oh.
And ask him if his name is Loden.
Okay. Make a test of charisma.
Hoping that would get me to bypass that. Oh, I got a 1.
All right.
I get twice. I got a 1.
Yeah. So Pernesta, you come running into the room as this is all going down. You hear Oltan yelling in a foreign tongue. I don't think you speak that, right? So you don't know what he's saying, but you probably heard the name, Loden, right?
Right.
I'll let Vanessa do something too, then we'll resolve this whole thing. What are you doing, Vanessa? Invisible Vanessa?
Yeah, invisible. Well, I was gonna be invisible like a disembodied voice, whispering
Okay.
in his ear as they're holding him down. I'm gonna say, Loden, come back to us. We, because
I am your father.
yes,
Do not follow the light.
Oh my God.
we can help
Caroline.
you. Leifer
Okay.
is missing you. Come
Go
back.
ahead. Oh, wow. Okay. Go ahead and make a test of charisma.
Charisma? I have a 15 charisma.
Yeah, you're good at this.
A 1.
Aha. Okay.
Sweet.
So, Kassan, you mark the passageway and start moving forward through this narrow passage. It doesn't close behind you or anything. So you're able to, with your basic movement, you can pretty much get through this entire, you move 40, right, Kassan?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so you're moving forward, crouch down. You can see as your torch is starting to you can see it spreads out in front of you as you kind of step out. You look like you're about to step out into a room. And in fact, you can actually see, you can't really see it because your torch is in front of you, kind of, so it's hard to see the brightness or whatever. But as you kind of step out and you can move the torch to the side slightly because there's more space, you actually see beyond. There's a cave that has daylight coming through. And you see a room in front of you. And there is a large statue of Apollo. Now, before we do it, because we're wrapping, so we're going to deal all with this later. I just want to put this in your brain. So you see this large statue of Apollo. He is holding aloft a sword in his right hand, a bow in his left, which I'll say all this next episode. I have to remember all of it. You kind of open up into this room and you see this statue of Apollo holding the sword, and then you hear, just out of your vision range, a growl. And cut back to the other room. Yeah, he actually, the frothing starts to come down in his mouth, and you see this man start to transform. Now horrible burns on his face where you touched him with the mace, and you recognize the face, though it's haggard and much thinner than the face that you've seen before, because they're twins. You see that this is the face of Loden as you're holding him down, and he says, "It's mine." And I think we'll end it there. And then we'll figure out what's going to happen next time.
Man.
It seems just about the right time to see what happens. Wow, lots of good stuff going on. Okay, so let's stop the stream.